Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Weevil. Currently panicking. It's fine. I am late. I know it's only by like a minute or two, but I got distracted. I was reading a comic and then kind of got lost in it. So, but hi. Um, yeah. I'm still actually setting some things up, like on my phone, to make sure everything's working properly. I need to mute as well my disturb. Here we go. Okay. Today's been a mess. So, I had trouble sleeping, but it was fine because I did manage to sleep, but then I slept all the way until like 8. And so I had dinner late. And I was a little worried, like, oh, my usual schedule is not going to be able to be there, but I'm here. I was unsure if I was even going to stream because I was like, how close am I cutting this? It's all good. I'm good. Trying to think if anything has happened because I've just been asleep, so not really. Have you ever been like, I feel like glad you. I am too. Have you ever like woken up and your parents aren't there? Because I feel like that's like something that happens occasionally for people. But it's always interesting when it happens to me because I barely ever remember the reason. I remember because Mom was talking about it when I woke up, and after I saw her, she was like, yeah, I went to the doctor's, but I assumed you were asleep during that time. And I had a small period where I was awake, and she wasn't home. And I was like, well, wonder where she went. So it's always interesting when I wake up and the house is empty. It's just me and my dog. I am too. I'm happy alone. It's nice to have people around me because it fulfills my need to socialize. But now I have streaming, so there's that. But it's also nice to just be alone, be able to just chill. Because I tend to get very anxious, I think is the right word, when other people are watching me do things. Like, if I'm unloading the dishwasher or watching something, I'll like pause what I'm doing if somebody's coming through because it's embarrassing for some reason. I know it's just like my brain being weird, but it's just how I feel. Yeah. I know there's an actual word for it and like an actual like term. I follow this person. I follow several people, would you believe, who talk about the ADHD and autism and being neurodivergent and some of the traits that come with it. And then I just follow others who happen to have them. It has become a game to me now when I'm following a new content creator of like, is there a word for it? I don't know that, to be honest. Yeah, because I was watching a video of like the girl explaining of what it was. So that's how I know there's a term. I just don't remember the term for it. But yeah, it's become a little bit of a game of when I like a new YouTuber if if they're gonna come out as having ADHD. Because every time I find someone new, it's happened like 5 times now. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, I have ADHD, and I'm just here like, well, god damn it, that explains why I like your humor. It's not a big thing, but it's just a funny thing to me. And it's nice to not feel alone in the sort of spear. Like, sure. I mean, I follow VTubers, but I follow a couple real life people as well. Trying to think of like who's. I follow Alpharad and Jaden animations, because I've been watching Jaden for quite a bit. And then I found Alpharad, and I was like, damn, his humor is so funny. And he's like, yeah, so being a neurodivergent content creator, I was like, oh, jeez, damn it. There was one person, I think, that was like, you're the chosen one who doesn't have ADHD that I follow. And I was like, no, he does too. Fuck. Again, it's just a funny thing. And obviously it doesn't, like... It feels wrong to say it doesn't affect their content, because it does affect their content, just not how the viewers see it. If that makes sense. Like, Alfred had a sponsor, in which he lost most of the footage for that sponsor, and had to quickly gain it, and I was like, yeah, I could see myself doing that. It makes me terrified to think about accepting sponsors for it. Yeah, people who are part of the group subconsciously attract to that same group. It is pretty interesting. And it's nice to see them flourish, because it's like, would you believe I'm a little bit of a content creator myself? I dabble a bit. But it's nice to see their channels, grow and be as large as they are, because Alfred's pretty big. So it's nice to see that and be like, I'm not useless. Because, in school, with this, I got pretty good grades, but anytime somebody was like, jobs for the future, you make content since what? Yeah. Really? Would have never guessed. This is your first ever stream, yeah. But just, I remember the biggest thing, and you guys have said it too, of hey, write a book. And that just doesn't seem like something I'd be capable of doing. Just with limitations. So, and there's also seeing them socialize and have friends, and as stupid as that sounds, is heartwarming to me, because my social anxiety is so bad, man. It makes it so hard to do anything. And to see people who are like me and are able to socialize and are able to make a career out of it, well, yeah, it's anxiety. Thank you, Wave. It's nice. It's great. And I mean, I've come a long way too. I've made friends with you guys. That has to count for something. I had words, and words have left. Words have left. Oh yeah, there was a just speaking about this topic, there was another person that I was following, and I didn't know. How do you accept that? True. Thank you. I think social anxiety is such an interesting thing, not in the sense of like, could never be me. Like, obviously it is me. But it's interesting because other people around you just see it as something else. Like, my mom, for a good while, just took it as, oh, you're shy, and you're an introvert. And I'm like, no, I don't think the ringing in my ears when needing to talk to someone and the entire ground shaking is me being shy. I don't think it's that. Just slightly. And it's hard to explain. It's hard to... No, like, same though. Like, yeah. It's like, this is not being shy. Obviously, I am not shy. With how much I yap? Fuck that. Yeah. I mean, like, I am an introvert. Like, I need to repair my social battery, yes, but social anxiety and being an introvert are not one and the same, you know? Because there can be extroverts with social anxiety. Got people... it's entirely something... True. But yeah, it's cool as well. The social anxiety is cool. No, that's not what I meant. I was thinking just that VTubers are so intriguing. Because I've said before, I don't like... Social anxiety stems from something else. I think it's interesting. Same disorder for different reasons. Yeah. I think mine's just a combination of things. I mean, that woman being one. Did I say the specific story that kind of started it all? In that video? I don't remember. Would you believe? Because the letter that I wrote and then destroyed, definitely that moment was the start of, oh, I can't trust anyone now. Trust is not something to be given, and the start of social anxiety towards everyone. Okay, good, okay. I was like, I feel like I did, but I'm not entirely sure. I had a dream I cracked my new phone, and obviously my new phone is not cracked. If it was, I'd be crying right now. So I was unsure if it was just my brain made something up again. Just... yes. Sure. I mean, yeah, I can't trust anyone. You guys already planned a mutiny against me. But yeah, just, that was a big reason for my social anxiety. But it's not the only reason, as like, I don't know how many of my videos you've watched yet, Weevil. I mean, you can ask. I'll just probably be vague, or like, even if I say something, nobody's gonna really understand it, you know? So I think it'd be fine, as long as you're not botted or anything. But I mean, like, there's videos on my channel, the daycare stories, in which I talk about how I didn't get along with anyone. I kept to myself. I sort of kept that, and then at some point I just started to present a sort of personality that people could latch onto. Many yet, but I've seen some of your old ones. Oh, I pity you. Depending Which old ones? The quality of them, the audio wise, especially the older VODs. Don't watch the older VODs that don't have the new mic. I say new, it's not new anymore, is it? It's really not. It's been like quite a bit. Jeez, how long have I been doing this? It hasn't been that long, I know that, but it feels like forever already. But yeah, daycare stories really talk a lot of me being younger and just not realizing, I guess. It's a good way to say it. Your old ones before the VODs. That's good. I do love the video I have as to presented to the new people of the channel, because you can do that. There's a video you can select for new people that go to your channel, and then there's ones for returning people. So those videos are different, but I have the intro as it and the audio in that. I am sorry. There was a time I was gonna edit the VODs myself. Obviously, I gave that up. But I was going to edit one of the old VODs without the mic. My good microphone. And I couldn't. After I heard the audio with the microphone, I was like, nah. No. This is way better, please. Yes. Did you develop a trauma disorder? Because it sounds like you did. Yeah? Social anxiety, generalized anxiety, depression, PTSD. And then ADHD and autism are just not a part of that, but, you know. I had to go think of, like, what was I officially diagnosed with again? That was like, yeah, that sounds about right. I think there was something else. Oh yeah, I've seen ones. Well, that makes some sense. I mean, we're very similar. I remember. Oh. I think I was definitely diagnosed with things like the CPTSD absolutely made sense. The depression made sense, but there was also other things to it. Generalized anxiety, social anxiety, yeah. The social anxiety, ironically, was the hardest one for them to officially diagnose me with, for, like, the stupidest of reasons. Because anytime I talked about it, they just kept saying, oh, that's your generalized anxiety. I was like, I don't think it fucking is. So that one took quite a bit to get for whatever reason. It was weird. I remember the first, like, psychiatrist I had. She confused the hell out of me. Because she seemed mad at me for some reason. And, like, now I can kind of recognize why she might have been mad at me. I don't think it was anything I did, but I, was in outpatient at, the mental hospital. And this is where I got the psychiatrist, was at the mental hospital. And I've never been inpatient, because my mom was like, fuck that. It's going to get worse if I leave you alone. Yeah, it's, like, really though, we fully told them the reason I wouldn't be inpatient was because we suspected it would get a lot worse if I was away from home and my family. To rule out all possibilities. Not you believe the patient, you still confirm. That's why I asked the questions I did. That's fair. They just never asked me the questions. My therapist was the one that officially like put me down and was like, from how you talk about it, it's this. We know it's this. Your mother knows it's this. But I do remember it kind of like made them annoyed that I would always be outpatient. Was 2 times. And not inpatient because my score was very high on the their little thing that's like, how broken are you? But it was a lot higher because of certain actions I had taken that can't be striked from the record, and I found that a little annoying. Of like, you did this action this many years ago? Well, even if I would be accepted in today, because I took those actions, they'd still try to put me in inpatient despite how healed I am, because you took those actions several years ago, but they still count now. Why? I'm in a completely different state than I was then. Still counts. What? It's weird. It's stupid. Is it bad from my experience? But yeah, it's not that I thought inpatient was bad. It's the fact that I take very much comfort in things that I know, and I have space. My like safe space is home. For the longest time, my safe space was just a then my doctor. Yeah, it's very annoying. It's so annoying. I feel very bad for people going through it. But like inpatient, I don't think is scary. It was more of, what was it? They're like home was safe. Mom was safe, and sort of worry that it would get a lot worse if I was away from her and away from comfort, because the specific one I was at, I don't know if this is true for every, but they wouldn't let you bring in clothes, which was a big thing, because I don't know if you know this, but I have lots of hoodies and I have lots of blankets and stuffed animals that keep me grounded and keep me here. And so if I feel bad, I rely on them. They wouldn't let me bring in any of that. I know there's a reason, yes. I absolutely know that there's a reason for it. But it's because of that, and because of that rule, that my mom decided, like, hey, I don't think it would work for them. Yeah, I figured it's calm. It's just the sort of, I don't think it would have worked for me specifically, and might have actually caused me to spiral more, if that makes sense. Like, already being in a dark place, but suddenly gets worse, was the issue. I do not take offense to them not allowing certain things. I don't take offense to inpatient or anything like that. I just knew it wouldn't work for me, for my own reasons and sake. I think it's interesting. Yeah. I think it's interesting that when I think about my trauma and I think about all of it and I talk about it with people, or if I write it down or stuff like that, I always tend to forget certain things. Not just like, in general, that was a bad thing that happened, but things that were like monumental And I just kind of like, oh yeah, I forgot that happened. My bad. Why did I say my bad? It's not like it was my fault. Just funny too, given I made it. Yeah, oh no, I have huge ass memory gaps. Oh, my memory has more holes than Swiss cheese at this point. It was like, in building the creation that is Sky, what if we gave this being ADHD and autism? Same, fair. Well, that's fine. ADHD comes with memory problems, but they'll be fine, right? Oh, we'll also give them a lot of trauma. Exactly. Trauma-induced amnesia. I cannot remember. Same, though. There's so many times where I'm like, I did do this thing, right? I did. Yesterday, after stream ended, we raided someone, okay? And this was important. I swear this relates to this. And I was looking at the person, and I was like, oh, they're very calm. They seem really cool. And I was like, just staying in a little bit longer before I went off, right? I was closing out everything, and I went to close out my Steam Labs. I didn't end the stream. I had forgotten for like a solid 5 minutes to just hit the end stream button. Yeah, so have I. Yeah, I forgot to end it. What's the worst part? Good job. I forgot to, like, I didn't even mute my microphone or anything. I didn't say anything bad or anything like that. I was just like, oh, cool. Like, to the person. So, like, nothing bad was said or anything. But it was still just like, that wasn't, oh my god. I might have been a little out of it. Ever so slightly. Ugh. I don't know because I rated if it's gonna show it on the official VOD because I haven't gone over it yet. But I am gonna go over it to check if that, like, is there. Sure, I wasn't, I swear to you. Cue those 5. Yeah. It's not worth it to just get the editing program all loaded up and cut out just 5 minutes. When there's like a huge section about elves I would like to cut out. So, if it does have that, then it'll be fine. I am curious if it does because of the whole raid thing. No. I don't remember, honestly. Actually, I might have. Who knows? We'll figure it out together. I could make a game show and play in it, and people would be like, but you know all the answers. I'd be like, no, I don't. Which I forgot them. Trust me. I would lose my own game show. That's like... That's just the ending line is fuck all my mods. I feel like nobody would be offended though. That would be interesting though, if we got like somebody in here who doesn't know us, you know, somebody who's oblivious to the way we run things. And it was just like, damn, you're so mean to your mods. Like, I can't believe your mods, like, stay with a streamer like you, and we're just all here like, buddy, what you don't know. Have you been to the Discord yet? Right? Everyone would be like, yeah. we do a little short. We do a little short. I bet if somebody like that did actually come in here, all of y'all would just be like, oh yeah, he treats us horribly. We're not even paid. I'd be like, yeah, because I don't expect you to be my actual mods. You only have it because I find it funny for new people to come in and just see a bunch of mods bullying the streamer. Mom's too nice compared to what we did. Yeah. And be like, I'm the actual victim here, man. Whatever do you mean? We would never do such a thing. Never. Yeah, I was telling mom and big sister. I did not say specifics because, you know, as much as I am technically a young adult. Nice, I just so confirmed Skype. Fuck you. But I was not using specifics because as much as I am a young adult, they still see me as a child, which is fair. I am a baby in their eyes. So I was just like, yeah, they all think I love elves now. And it took everything in me not to be like, you little shits. You know what these little shits did to me, you know? I had to refrain from cursing so much. Which is funny, because I don't think I curse that often. I mean, I curse a bit. It really depends on whatever I've been watching and stuff. On how much I curse. But yeah, currently Mama Sky and Big Sister Sky just think you guys are mean. Sort of. No, actually, I kept saying you guys were bullying me. And my big sister was like, you know, there's a better word than bullying. Like teasing or picking on you. And I was like, they are bullying me though. Like, I know I've toned it down for y'all, but like, they are bullying me. So this is a little unfair. You've gotten their mark of approval. Go yell about us to your family. Yeah. The thing is, like, I'm very nice. That sounds so much like a joke. I'm sorry. My favorite of all my mom's friends. Yeah, well, this is my own fault because what happened was apparently I hyped up Mama Sky because Napa's been like, Mama Sky's awesome. We love Mama Sky. And I'm like, what? And so I've told my mom about this and she was like, aw, you know? And so now, if I try to complain about you guys to her, she'll just be like, oh, they're just being nice. It's your community, you know? Which is unfair. What happened to me being the baby? I'm her child. The hell did you guys want her affection? It's really stupid. It sounds fun. Fuck off. That kind of proved your point, yeah. But yeah, so I can't complain about you guys because of that. It's very unfair. I purely blame Nappa. For mostly making this, but I was gonna say something else, so now I forgot. Oh, I also can't complain about Mr. CEO. Like, don't complain about us when we've done nothing. Shut up. But yeah, I can't complain about. against getting golden retriever. True. That is so true though. I want to see that video because that is so accurate, man. Oh, I've been reading a bunch of comics. Wholesome comics. Very wholesome comics. Well, okay. Mostly wholesome comics. Not in the sense of anything inappropriate or anything like that, but in the sense of, like, this one comic, it was, like, the two boys, it was both in high school, and it was very sweet. They were seniors, and they had overactive imaginations, and this line was, like, their tightrope over sharks, and the other one was thinking of spikes, and it was very cute that they met, and slowly developed feelings for one another, and they got together, and then they stayed together for such a long time. And then I scrolled down, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait for the next chapter. It is wholesome, I swear to you. I know, I'm clarifying it's wholesome because I specifically am looking on this website under the tag wholesome. That's why. And the video is in the description. Shut up. Yay, though. Is in the Discord. Yay. Oh. Yeah, but my... I swear to you, they are... But, okay, what happened was I scrolled down, and then there's the comments, and everyone's like, oh, they're so cute, oh, it's so sweet, and then this one person was like, yeah, and it all falls apart in chapter 3, and I'm like, what the fuck you mean? The fuck you mean they fall apart in chapter 3? So I kept reading, obviously, because I had to know, and it does. My man, like, one of the guys is just like, let's stop this, and just straight up left. I was like, what? What happened? Reality happened. Reality within the comic happened of guys started to think more grounded and left. Was like, we can't live in this idealized world anymore like this, so go find someone else. And meanwhile the other guy's like, fuck you. It's like, damn. Well, no, he broke up with him and then walked away, which sucked too, because what the guy had said before this happened, the lovely guy, I don't call him Rue was like, because I don't remember their names right now, but Rue was like, yeah, I wanted us to go on a trip, not right now, obviously we don't have enough money to go on a trip, but like to Alaska to see the lights. I thought it'd be cool if we did that in like a couple of years, you know, have a trip. And the other guy was just like, no, and was like, let's break up. We can't. It's time to look at reality. We can't have a future together. What future could possibly be there for us? And then left. And we were just there like, well, damn. There goes all my plans. I'm like, motherfucker. I wanted to murder him so badly. Not Rue, the other guy, because I was like, how dare you? He's over here. Like, really, it was so sad. I was like, this is supposed to be under the wholesome day. I almost gave an X. Oh. I feel like in some cases that makes total sense, right? Of the we can't have a future together because of this. In the case of this story, they absolutely could have had a future together. This man was just thinking of society, really, as stupid as that sounds, but like thinking of how others viewed them and how they couldn't get married because they were two guys. And right? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this hurt. Why? They eventually found each other years later, and I was so proud of Rue because he straight up punched him when he was like, "Oh my God, Rue, I love you, and Rue just punched him. I was like, "Hell yeah, you deserve it, you dickhead." But it did end with them together, and it was just that moment of just like, what is happening? It ended well. Yeah, at least it ended well. It ended with both of them passing away at old ages, which was like an interesting way to end a story. At least I thought. Felt bittersweet of like, oh, they're gone. Oh. But also there was after finding each other again and rekindling. I swear. Look, I do have not wholesome gay comics, but I was not reading them. I'm reading a very wholesome. I wasn't reading this specific one I've been talking about. I was reading this other one. Hold on. I have it still pulled up. What's his name? What is your name, sir? Damn it. I'm trying to find his name. Zokia. Okay. Let's show it on stream. It's on my phone, so it is very wholesome because this one is about Zokia is like looks like a delinquent, and he's not. He very much wants to be a hero, and he's like he's high schooler, and he's tried to make people like pick up their cigarettes, things like that, and they keep picking fights with him because of it. And so he keeps getting into fights because of it. And so everyone thinks he's a delinquent. And he doesn't really have friends because of it. But he's always admired this specific hero on the show when he was a kid. And they had like a live performance of it at this amusement park every day. And one of the performance actors like is his ideal hero. And their name is Wolf, and he's like, Wolf, you're so cool, and they actually became friends. And currently in the story, Zokia is like, if I keep hanging around, the amusement park's reputation is gonna go down because I look like a delinquent, because that's what a mom said to him, and what others have sort of said to him. So he was like, well, I can't go anymore, because I don't want to cause trouble for my only friend. And Wolf's like, well, I missed you. You come back. You can watch the shows with us. And Zokia was like, I know this feeling. This is love. I love this guy. And I was like, you just realized? Yeah, I could have told you that. But it was cute. And he was like, I really like you. And the performance actor Wolf was just like, yeah, exactly. It is very wholesome. But the performance actor is like, I can't answer you, but I would like it if you still continue to support us and come to our show. And so Key's like, you know what? I'm happy with that. I'm happy to just be his friend. He didn't need to say yes. And so that's where I'm currently at in the comic. Guy, what is it? I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask. Like, out of everyone to ask, I am the most worst person to. Because I don't know what it is, man. I don't feel it. Like, if you want to... I've, like, a good way I figured out, like, how I was a romantic is physically. Do you feel butterflies in your stomach? I've never felt butterflies. Does your face get hot? Do you blush a lot around them? Never done that. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. But, like, also on the mental side of, like, do you want to be around them all the time? Do you want to talk to them? Do you want to know everything about them? Do you get jealous when other people are closer to them? Needless to say, I have felt none of these. But apparently, you should feel some of them if you're in love. From what I've heard. So, that's how I've distinguished it. You can't feel non-romantic and non-sexual love? I mean, yeah. No. I can feel non-romantic love. Platonic love, yes. I can love, like, friends, family. Like, familiar love, platonic love. I can't feel romantic love, though. And I don't feel sexual love at all. Like, it gets on my mom's nerves, actually, a lot. Because she wants to hug me a lot, and I mean, that's not, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not wrong to feel like that. Like I said, I don't know anything. I just know myself, and I just know how I feel about things. Right? Me and Dana were like, we don't know. We're... I've got no idea. I'm in a confusing place as well. Because if I was purely romantic, then I wouldn't want a romantic relationship at all either. The thought of it would be disgusting. But it's not. The idea of somebody being there and coming home to someone. Platonic love, I'd accept that. Platonic love is that, hanging around someone, wanting to protect that someone, wanting to get to know that person, and just having fun being around them. I think that's platonic love, is somebody you're close to and you can trust with things, but not someone you would romance, you know? Like, you wouldn't think of them. Want comfy intimacy and companionship side of romance rather than the fun side people usually obsess about. Yes! And, that is a thing. And, like, because that's queer platonic relationships, right? Is the comfy intimacy and companionship over the fun side. But I feel too guilty to do something like that, as weird as that sounds. It's my own thoughts and feelings of just that having someone be into me and wanting to be with me, you know? Suddenly love someone or just want to be friends with them. Because there's a difference, right? I don't know. Is there a difference between platonic love and just friends? Because, like, you can platonically love your friends. I think it also depends. There isn't my experience. Okay. Because I think it depends on how you define friends. If all your friends are, like, somebody you absolutely trust or absolutely close to and are comfortable with each other to the point where you guys are practically siblings, then it's safe to say that you're, like, when you first meet someone, you know? Oh. Well, then you can't really tell when you first meet someone as to where you want to draw the line on emotional intimacy and how close to trusting to you want to be with them. Yeah, I'm with Dino. It's like, it's where you draw the line really defines these things. And also, for me, I define these things as, like, platonic love is something, all love, really, like, platonic romance, familiar love, in some cases, is something that is worked over time. It's something that happens over time. Like, you've had a best friend since preschool, and you guys get to middle school, and you realize, hey, yeah, this is my, like, we're practically siblings, and I love them, man. Not romantically. Then it's safe to say that's platonic love. But you realize that takes quite a bit. It also depends on, like I said, where you draw the lines on things. And I say familiar love as well because, yeah. Because as kids, you're taught that your parents should have unconditional love for you. But that's not the case for everyone. I mean, in my case, I grew to learn what familiar love with my grandmother and my big sister. Yeah. I'm friends with someone. Yeah, I don't... Useless there too, so... It's interesting, the different levels and stuff. So I don't think love at first sight is a real thing. I mean, you could argue I've experienced depending on how you interpret the way I met for girlfriend, but the experience is more so being captivated by someone's immediate parent traits. I think that too, that love at first sight is more of a attraction and not immediate romantic love, if that makes sense. Because I think of romantic love as you guys have slowly gone on many dates, have been together for quite a bit, and trust each other, and you know you want to, at the very least, spend quite a bit with this person. You might not spend forever with them, but you know you want in the moment to be with them, you know? That's how I define romantic love. And that love at first sight is more, I am attracted to you, and whatever trait that might be. Whether it's because they talk a lot, or because they're cute, like... That's just how I define things. And again, I am not an expert. I have no clue about a lot of things. But, yeah, I'm also, like I said, I'm also weird for wanting the comfy intimacy, but also refusing to have that comfy intimacy. I mean, that could be it too, you know? There are several different interpretations, okay? And there's also, like, lust versus love is a big thing, too. Do you just want to screw someone, or do you actually think you could imagine being with them? Also, I think a big thing is too many people put emphasis on, oh, do you want to be with them in the future? Like, forever. And I feel like that makes people panic more often than not. And it's not good to think in that terms, you know? Like, it's better to think that this person is someone that at the moment you're okay with, because that could change as you grow older. That could change for whatever reasons. You could be moving away, and you might decide that long distance isn't a thing you can do. And that's why I don't like the whole, oh, the person you date, you should always think of marriage with them. Like, no. Some people are lucky and they find their partner for life early on. Some people aren't, and it takes a while. I don't think anyone should be judged for that journey. Yes, yeah, that's mine too. My ideal image is, it's like saying, yeah, my ideal image is comfy too. Somebody who's definitely leans more to the friend over the romantic side, but comfortable with me. Yeah. Somebody who will just listen to me talk, honestly, is a big thing as well for me. And like I want it both ways of like, hey, I can talk a lot, but they can also talk to me about anything. Cuz here's the thing. I had a partner. Every time I remember this partner, I'm always like, ugh. Not because it's complicated, really. But this partner, like, swore up and down that they did not mind that I talked a lot. Because this was one of the first things I told them getting into the relationship was, hey, I talk a lot. I, like, go on for, like, hours, okay? And we had promised to always call before we were going to bed. And so we did. And something I noticed really quickly is sort of I had to, no, you seem pretty shy. I mean, but something I noticed pretty quickly was like, I didn't want someone that would just listen. I wanted someone who would listen. And I say this because this partner would interrupt me in talking about things and be like, oh, you're so cute. Or, I adore you. You know I love you. And it, like, wouldn't have anything to do with what I was speaking about, whatever I was saying. So, yes, someone who would engage in the conversation, ask questions, be there. This person was not. They were absolutely just... It didn't help either that this person... I told them, like, a dream of mine is to go dancing in, like, a ball gown. Just once. Never want to do it again, but just once to dance in a big ball gown in, like, a ballroom. Yeah, love bombing is sus. Oh, very sus. And they were like, oh, yeah, that sounds great, but, and after, we can go do insert inappropriate thing here. And I just kind of shut off when they said that, because I was like, I am telling you about a lifelong dream of mine, and you are ignoring it because you want this. I am so glad that relationship did not work. I am so glad that I broke up with them. Jesus. Because they would also love bomb me a lot, and then vent a lot about their issues. Which is fine. It'd be, like, I am fine with people venting to me about their issues. But the thing is if I needed them, and I needed them to not message me, to, like, not interact with me because whatever reason, because I was going through some stuff during the time, and I was like, hey, this is going on. I don't really want to talk about it, but I also don't really want to talk in general. And they kept being like, oh, but I want to talk about this. And love bombing. A lot. It was very toxic. Very toxic. They made me feel very uncomfortable, too. Yeah. Honestly, I should have seen the red flags when they were telling me about one of their exes. And they were like, oh, yeah, they're asexual. And we broke up. But, like, you know, it didn't bother us at all, you know, that they were asexuals. Like, I should have seen the red damn flags. With how much. Especially because this is somebody I did tell my trauma to. This was not like they didn't know what I was uncomfortable with. No, they knew. I had told them. And they still were like this. And I was like, Don't do that, kids. Don't. And I don't mean actual okay. I use kids as sort of a, this is a lesson, please take it as a lesson, I guess. Blue sky to genuine serious topic. I mean, welcome to the stream. Welcome to. Every time I stream, it somehow becomes this. Okay. I'm comfortable sharing it. That's fair. Like, I'm fine talking about it because, like, if it helps somebody, then that means a lot more to me than anything else, you know? Because it genuinely is so easy to fall into traps of, but they love me because, like, they keep telling me about it. And not realize that no, they don't love you. It's not what you think it is. I don't want anyone to fall for that and get hurt by that. If you want a partner that's, like, very into you, you know, that's fine. Rough time. Right, I'm like your ex when I'm dating someone, even though I know I actually pay attention. Yeah, I think it's just, yeah. Just tell them or something. It's a good idea. The biggest important thing to me that I will tell anyone who ever comes to me with relationship advice, communication, as stupid as it is everything. Because, like, also being neurodivergent, there are times where my mom will get annoyed at me and be like, what I do wrong? She'd be like, it doesn't feel like you're listening to me. I'm like, but I am. It doesn't seem like it is, but I am. Yeah, do all cards at the table. Exactly. You've got to learn each other, and sometimes that comes with compromises. And you learn how to deal with it with the compromises, you know? But yeah. There are too many. But what if I weird them out? I understand that, but also, it's better to weird them out than them hurt you later on. Whether intentional or not intentional. It always annoys me, people who are like, yeah, my boyfriend didn't buy me flowers for this event, and I haven't told him, but I haven't been answering the phone, so he should figure it out. And I'm like, no! He's not gonna know what he did wrong if you don't tell him. Like, bro, no! Communication, y'all. Don't expect someone to be a mind reader, because they are not. And it goes both ways. Are unaffected by this, because they don't know. Yeah, exactly. They do not know what is happening. They don't know what they did wrong. They're just over here like, she's busy. Like, is she buffered? What did you say? What point did it buffer? Because I was talking about how communication and how there's times where people will be passive aggressive and just give them the silent treatment, and that doesn't work if they don't know what they did wrong, and can lead to really toxic situations in both scenarios. Oh shit. My phone turned off and it has the stream up. Hold on. Oh, okay. Sometimes they might not even know what they did wrong the first. Exactly. And obviously, what if? Oh, I said it's okay if you weird them out because it's better to weird them out now and them understand who you are as a person than them not understand and hurt you later on, whether intentional or unintentional. Because there's also weaponized incompetence as well as a thing of like, they didn't know, and then they do know, and they're just using the fact that you'll forgive them. That tends to be a thing as well. And it's not good. No. Those are very toxic relationships. And obviously every relationship is different. Every relationship has its own stuff. Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. The genuine serious topic. And I'm like, what else? I don't know. So what should I tell someone? Well, mostly befriending. What I'll say is that if you're serious about being with someone, they need to know what they're walking into. Yes. When it comes to befriending people, it's okay to keep certain things quiet, especially if you don't know them. With befriending people, get to know them first. I'm never ready for a romantic relationship, so I get you. You're fine. You're good, Weevil. Just get to know them first and reveal things along the way. 'Cause this is a friend, and so you know, they go from acquaintance to friend, so you don't know that too much. Because I'm like thinking in terms of, hey, I have ADHD. Sometimes people can be real dicks about that. Also, hey, I'm trans. People can be real dicks about that. So definitely on certain topics, test the waters. Yeah, befriending is way simpler. You learn what you and this person can bond over and slowly reveal things over time. Yes. Okay, so should I try to befriend them or keep quiet? Oh, you can tell people you're trying to befriend them. I mean, I feel like that's easier than not. Because if somebody is... But, yeah, exactly. Because if somebody, like... Weevil, you're like us, right? You're also neurodivergent. So, it's hard to tell when somebody's trying to genuinely be your friend or they're not wanting to be your friend but being nice. Because I've always had that issue of people I'm like, oh yeah, this is my friend. And they're just... People actually find it easier if they know the other person. Exactly. So I've definitely taken that approach too of now just being like, hey, will you be my friend? Are we friends? Because if somebody is not wanting to be my friend and actually talking shit behind my back, you know, if I say, hey, want to be my friend, they're going to obviously react a certain way and tell me a certain thing, and that tells me, oh, no, okay, and walk away. But yeah, I've been very much more open with the, will you be my friend? Yeah, thank you. Should that be the new thing? It's like, how do you know someone's a real friend? They'll king shame you to your face. It's fine. Obviously, disclaimer, does not work for everyone, but apparently it works for me in my chat, so don't even worry about it. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Because I was talking about queer platonic relationships and stuff. And because, and the reason I say this specifically is it feels like, okay, that people who are on the aromantic scale, right? If you don't despise relationships, which I don't, right? You're immediately told about queer platonic relationships and told, oh, but one day you might find someone. Oh, you don't really feel attraction all that often? Oh, but one day you might find someone. It feels like as long as there's a hint, people immediately jump on a bandwagon of, oh, you'll find a partner then. And won't let people just say, like me, who are like, hey, I don't want any partner for my own reasons. Going to tax evasion keeps buffering. I'm so sorry. Don't commit tax evasion. We still need you. How many mods do I have currently? Hold on, I want to know. Because I'm not entirely sure. And exactly. Statistically speaking, yeah, there's a possibility. But if somebody has told you, hey, I don't feel that way, it's okay to be blunt. And then I couldn't hear shit. I'm sorry. Oh, babe. It's poor Weevil is having so much issues right now. Okay, I'm the important one to listen to. Yeah, Dino really is the important one currently. But yeah, it's like, if somebody were to come up to me for the first time ever and be like, oh, but you could find someone one day, then I'm gonna be calm about it, right? I'm not gonna get mad. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I could. I just don't feel that way. But if they are constantly coming up to me being like, but what about this person? What about this person? What about this person? Then I'm gonna get pissed off. Like, I have told you how I feel. Respect that. Because that's what it is. It's respecting someone and respecting their feelings. Bringing it up as an option first time is fine. And then whatever the person's response to that, you take that and you respect it, you know? If they say, oh yeah, maybe one day, then you're like, okay, then maybe one day. If they say, no, not at the moment, then you respect them, like, okay, not at the moment. Is that everything else? Well, it's okay, because the VOD will be up. Maybe I'm gonna restart yourself. Okay, you're fine, Weevil. I mean, the thing is, the VODs are always gonna be up for people who weren't there, because, again, I stream at such late times that I know there's not a lot of people who can be here. Was it today? I think it was today that the first stream of Everlasting Summer went up. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Isn't what people tend to respect? Exactly. It's good that people respect it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 moderators. Stream weren't live. Hell yeah. I was late. I was late. But yeah, half an hour. Like, I'm trying to remember how much did I talk in that one. Because that really depends on where the gameplay starts, you know? I don't know if you've gotten to the very overly dramatic performance yet. Well, you weren't out of the secret. Oh, okay. So, not yet. It comes after that. It's when after he starts talking about the computer, I start becoming a dramatic little bitch. I love the things where the messages and like tweets and stuff, like responses to stuff, and it's like, oh, you little shit, and it's like affectionate in what's it called, parentheses. I love things like that because it's just so funny to me, Cause like honestly, I could have so many different meetings. Like sometimes I'm like, you suck. And I mean it in the most affectionate way possible. And then there's the people who actually suck where I'm like, you suck. In the most hateful way possible. I'm pouring that first. Go first. Yeah, I figured. Say that at me and I was like, oh, okay. This is, I gotta actually sit and think about this. So yeah. By the way, there is a game that we're supposed to be playing. I feel like people watching the VODs now are gonna be like, it feels like the intros have gotten longer for some reason. And they have, and it's because usually I have started the game by the time somebody joins the chat, right? But now we have Weevil, and Weevil comes like right immediately, and so I get lost in conversation with Weevil. And so these are lasting like longer than I mean them to anymore. Because the intros are supposed to be me being like, hey, this is this, you know? They'll say for now is what roots you... What about me? How amazing and wonderful you are. You can go down in the first place are affected by that choice, but not the events of the first 2-ish days. Ooh. Oh. Well, we're on day 3, so it's gonna be interesting. I was stuck. No. I said that specifically to get that response. It was perfect. No, I was actually talking about how the intros are lasting longer because now I have somebody to talk to and get down the rabbit hole with me. I love the heart. Dude, I love putting little hearts next to things like that of like, you're a dumbass heart. Yeah. Anyway, there's a game. Shall we play the game and make fun of Sem more? And whatever he's going to say. Because there's also been no music whatsoever. Oh yeah, the game. Yes, the game. The lovely game. It exists. It is here. I have a question while you're setting up the game. Okay, what's the question? Because... Have you touched grass today? I did not, because I was asleep all day. So I have not. Cause sure. That is so accurate. Hold on, let me go make sure the journal that has the counter for Sem. How many are we at right now? It is 14. The current. Wait, no, hold on. 10. No, it is 14. It's 14. 14 at the... Sem hasn't gone out a lot. Sem hasn't been outside recently. And now we have music and sound. I should remind you about that call. You just start that. Hold on. Do we want to be in a call? Because I'm okay if you guys want to be in a call, but also do know I am live and that the VOD will go up. So it's like, if you guys don't want your voices to be on the internet, sort of warning. But like, I'm okay if like, we want to, oh no, I accidentally moved the game. I mean, for Milgram stuff, that's up to you. Oh, for Milgram stuff, then no, I don't plan on streaming Milgram stuff. But yes, I did know about the call. I was planning. Yeah, me too. Every time I move it, I'm like, well, damn. For the Milgram stuff, I, was not thinking about streaming or anything like that. I was just saying that's between friends. Like the watch parties and the Mr. CEO and I playing games together. I was planning, if I'm awake at a good time, to do it Saturday or Sunday. Just react to stuff and be in a call. if anyone else wanted to join us too, we can use the servers. Oh my god, it'll be the first time we're using the servers. Well, watch your parties. Yeah! So yeah, I was planning Saturday or Sunday for that call. And having, like, because I have not watched anything else as to not spoil myself and not spoil you being able to see my reactions to things. And also so you can yell at me when I missay someone's name. But yeah, that was my plan. Wait, first time? Didn't we watch Treasure Planet together? Yes. We did watch Treasure Planet together. It'll be Weevil's first time. Okay, we'll be busy early tomorrow, but it's after 12. Oh, it will definitely be after 12. You overestimate my sleep schedule, Weevil. I am not awake before 12. That is non-existent. That does not exist. Okay? I guarantee you'll be after 12. Sky sleeping. Yes, very much sky sleeping. No, even 12 my time. I mean, when is 12 your time? I will figure that out. What am I doing? Yeah, because going on Firefox is the right way to go. Not clock. Okay, add. No, what time zone are you in? Eastern, I believe, is the exact time zone. But it's okay, because I'm on clock, and you know how clock you can add other time zone things? So, thankfully for me, Texas City is a thing. So I have that, so I can check if it's after 12. For you. So don't even worry about it. I would add a European time too, but I have no idea what if they have other time zones. So I believe there's like a lot of time zones, aren't there? Right there. I don't remember. Oh, well that's a problem. Well, that's a problem. Yeah. I'm like, how do I do this without, like, doxing Weevil? Weevil, do you live in this? Oh, you're in Washington State. Okay, so I just need to find a city in Washington. And PST, yeah. Well, that's annoying. What? Weevil, not your city. Obviously not your city. Just a city in Washington. Because I can't think of any off the top. Because like Seattle. Seattle might be a good idea. Yeah, exactly. I can. Yeah, like. It's more like the clock thing is like search by cities, and I'm like, okay, so what are cities? So I can get the state, you know. What are cities in Washington? Obviously not your city. Just Washington has only 2 cities, and it's Seattle and yeah, the inside side. Okay. Oh, I have misspelled that. Seattle, Washington, USA. Thank you. I now have a time. Thank you, Dino. We're good. We're good. We figured it out. No harm was done. Somehow this went a lot smoother than me and Nappa, man. We had a whole, like, panicky moments of both of us trying to figure out what the hell time zone. I was even in, and how to compare it to Napa. Never heard of there. And Spokane are the two big cities here. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, before this goes into territory YouTube would not like, because it's interesting. I have to be careful, like, not only just of doxing, but myself, but also of, like, I know Olympia because big. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But also, cause like I don't know if YouTube would count that, like, they said a state. How dare they? You know, as doxing, and it's annoying. Hopefully we're good. Hopefully YouTube will be benevolent. Did I tell you guys that there is my birthday stream got copyrighted? I doubt it. YouTubers get away with, yeah. Okay, so I think I'd be good then, yeah. Just so sad. No. I'm not even making money, Weevil, please. But my birthday stream got copyrighted, and it, because of the song in the beginning of Faith. And it's just, like, 3 minutes of it. And there's, like, what confused me most is, like, the song, yeah, okay. It'd be different if the entire time the song was on, was copyrighted, right? That makes the most sense. Like, they don't want that song at all being used by me. But it's only 3 minutes, and I stay on that title screen for a good 10. So 3 minutes out of the 10 minutes that song is playing got copyrighted. And I was like, the fuck? This is so specific. Why? I think I just replaced it with YouTube libraries, just like static sound or something. Because I was just like, okay, well. Because YouTube was getting mad at me when I clicked on it. Because I was planning on leaving it, but YouTube was like, you can't do this. Why? Because you can't. Fine. So, that's why I'm, like, especially aware now of YouTube's just being a dickhead. Right? It's like, what the fuck? What is this? Luckily, no other game with, like, music has been copyrighted. They're like a faint. This is fair enough. Yeah. Especially because, like, other channels definitely have that title screen, have that sound, the song of the title screen in their videos. Like, I do not doubt that. It was just so weird. I was like, okay, YouTube. Speaking of sound, here we go. By the way, if the sound is ever too low, please tell me. Because I hear things very loudly. Like, this is very loud to me. And it is, like, objectively, apparently not that loud. So if it's, like, a time where I am not aware of how loud or, like, how soft it is, please tell me. The same value as you for me. Okay. Which is interesting, given I have different things. Try turning your mic down, yeah. I can, okay. I find it intriguing, though, if me and the sound the same, because we're on different decibel levels currently. On the, like, main behind the scenes things, I have them set to different decibels. So that's interesting. I don't know if that means I'm quiet or what. Anyway, time to play the game. Where were we? We were here. I find the save mechanic such an intriguing thing. Because, like, I'm so used to games where you click it and then it just works. It's quiet. Who would have guessed? I mean, I don't, it's weird. Like, I know I'm quiet, but also it always shocks me when somebody points it out. Because, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm loud, but I'm not, and it's weird. I guess I'm loud sometimes. What I missed? Night of feeling anxiety, woke up exhausted. Okay. Back to Sim. What you doing, Sim? It happens to me all the time. You see incredibly lucid images in your dream, as if you fell into a Hollywood blockbuster with a plot full of twists, well-paid actors, and multi-million-dollar visual effects, and then you wake up in the morning without remembering a thing. Couldn't it be me? I mean, I see the lucid dreams, like not lucid dreams. Lucid images. Like, my dreams are very well detailed, and I think it's just because my imagination is so well detailed that my dreams tend to just have so much details. For example, my phone being cracked. Like, it was so realistic. It wasn't like a cartoony, and you just keep yapping, so you're quiet all the time. Fair enough. But yeah, no, my dreams are pretty realistic, and it scares me a lot. That's what I was trying to do, to restore the images shown by my relaxed brain. But that part of my memory was empty, either archived or formatted completely. Oh. It's 7 a.m. according to the clock. Where? Where is that clock? Oh, over here. Okay, so it's here. I was like, I do not see a clock. I seem to be an early bird today. Olga was still sleeping, wrapping tightly in her blanket. Wrapping so tightly? In a hot summer? Man, you don't... I am under a fluffy blanket right now, and a blanket is on my lap. Last camp we were in. Fair enough, fair enough. Okay. Oh, by the way, I forgot because I grabbed fruit snacks dumbly. I have gummy worms. I'm really happy I have gummy worms. But it's like super hot right now. I'm sweating a lot, but I refuse to be without my blankets, so. Y'all can't see me, it doesn't matter if I sweat. I got up and stretched and went to the mirror to have a look at myself. I better shave. Aren't you a kid right now? Strange idea. Before, twice a month was enough, but now nothing depends on the way I look. I haven't found a razor anyway. This is fine, internet. This is the internet. For all we know, he could be a cat! I'm sure talkative cat there. You know what? It'd be hilarious if I did a face reveal and it's just me wearing cat ears. I have cat ears because I got them as a joke. I know exactly who they are. Okay. I was like, I don't remember. No, I do remember where I put them. I stashed them away. I was like, why? Why did I agree to this? Sky sad can't dance when? Who knows? Who knows? See, this is a person. The person who got me these is somebody who I mistakenly told that to. That I wouldn't mind being a pet thing, right? So yes, that is why I got the cat ears. That's why they gave them to me. They also got me a collar. So I have removed the collar. The collar no longer exists, and y'all fuckers can't find it, I swear to you. It is gone. It is burned. And yet I still made the stupid mistake of saying it again, because I'm a dumbass. You know what? We can never have creepy, parasocial people in our chat anymore. Because we're gonna be like... Okay. They're gonna be like, Sky, I love you so much. Would you marry me? And y'all are gonna respond to them with, well, are you an elf? Do you got a leash? Like... There's a... Oh, it is! It really is! With elf pics, yeah. And you know what's even worse? The elf pics are going to have like little descriptions underneath them because y'all will commit to the bit. It will be like, his name is Gerald or something. He's a good friend of mine. I swear you'll like him. Yeah, right? There will never be any parasocialness because it'll purely be refuted by elves. Bring a project that takes place in the... No! Oh no. Daniel's gonna come back with like a project, be like, and this is Sky and him. And this is an elf. And Sky is this elf's pet. Okay. Back to Sem. Please, let's bully Sem instead of me. Why do I even need it if I look like I'm 17 at most? So, breakfast can't start earlier than 9 a.m., which means I have plenty of time. Which I can spend on walking and washing, for example. The water did not seem as ice cold as the previous day. On the contrary, its refreshing coolness helped me to brace up and come back. Next stage of bullying when him... Oh no! Oh no! I'm scared for what that means. Does the Discord have a limit? That feels stupid. I shouldn't have said that out loud. I'm gonna get a message from the Discord that's just like, ha ha ha. Okay. I was gonna, like, play along as well, okay? Because here's the thing. I don't mind committing to the bit. I find it hilarious to commit to the bit. And so, I was looking into how to get custom emotes. And we can't get custom emotes. I'm sorry, chat. I tried. I tried, and I was gonna make Legolas one of the custom emotes, because I thought it'd be funny. But you need to be a Twitch affiliate to get custom emotes. Nope. Wasn't Donna was gonna say oh, that's so much worse. Yes, what I was gonna say doesn't fit TOS. What? Hey, don't get me banned here. Okay, I don't know how to stream on YouTube. We're gonna have problems. More accurately, I don't know how to link my thing to my YouTube. Because weirdly enough, my Twitch and my YouTube have different emails that they use. Bad outside of DMs. There you go. There you go. There it is. Come back to reality with all these events could be called real. Some save me. I never believed I'd ask you this, but you know, at this point you might hope. Tooth powder doesn't seem to be such an outdated thing. A quick thought struck me that it's not that different from toothpaste. Well, yeah, no shit. Wow, this tooth powder is not that far different from toothpaste. It's like toothpaste was made using tooth powder or something. Crazy how that works. But like, you know what I mean, like the evolution thing. Oops, right? When I returned to the cabin, Olga was already up. She was standing in front of the mirror, fixing her hair. Good morning, Sem. Morning. Because of a lack of sleep, my head was still singing and my thoughts were all jumbled together. However, I didn't regret waking up. The wise guy has a gaming chair again. There's nothing I can say here to save me. My other chair is, got demon horns. Not sure if that saves me or not. Although I guess technically that's night. I regret waking up instead of my usual habit of sleeping in for another 2 to 3 hours. Oh, buddy. How come you got up so early? It just happened. And no neck chief again. Let me. I'll do it myself, not a big deal. On my way to the canteen. I don't think so. Do it now. Did you forget about the lineup before breakfast? How could I? You forgot, Sim. Don't even lie. And what's the lineup gonna be about today? We'll discuss the agenda for the day. So what's the agenda? Frankly speaking, I didn't care for what might be on the agenda for a courageous pioneer troop. I was mostly interested in where our brave leader will send our little pioneer army for the following 12 to 14 demons, the enemies. Elves, do you like enemies to love you? I was right. There was nothing I could do there. There was nothing I could do. It was all a trap. Maybe I could manage to avoid enemy locations. What are you talking about, Sim? Sim talks about like the enemy, and I'm like, who is the enemy here, Sim? You'll find out at the lineup. She gave me a, don't know that word, smile. Olga, you know, my stomach's getting upset. I'd rather... Sem, I swear to God, if you say go to the infirmary, I'm going to kill you. Funny, on my project, a demon is a leader for a fraction against a far cry. Oh, well, shit. Everything ties together. The universe is against me. Well, you know. I believe that's okay to miss the lineup once. It could all get nasty if I fail to control it right there. Where did all this courage come from? That's what I want to know. You have 5 more minutes. I'm afraid I need more time. Sam, could you tell me right now, please? Sure, I'll try, but just in case it all goes down. Oh, fine. On our list for today, reminds me, how long am I going to wait? D&D stuff. Oh, that's a great question. How long does Weevil have to wait? Then you don't need to rush or anything. Just questioning, you know. Oh. I forgot. That was like, there's no need to rush me. I forgot. Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, I got 2 options. Hope it's nothing, or I'm gonna hope it's nothing. So I'm under 2 blankets, so it makes sense. I felt something on my neck, and I was like, oh, let me touch my neck to get it off. It was just my hair, being a sensory issue again. So I moved my hair out of my neck, and it is really hot. My neck is like burning up. And I'm like, well, that doesn't seem that good, but hopefully I'll be fine. It's just because I'm under blankets, right? If I pass out. That's fine. I have plenty to drink, so I'm good. I'm good. Wait. Oh yeah. I'm sealed. Okay. On our list for today is cleaning the camp locations, organizing the books in the library, and some other minor tasks. And, of course, we have a ball in the evening. We have a ball. Watch yourself. What? You must take part in the camp activities today. You bet. Definitely. And now I'd rather... Come on, let's hit the road. I came out of the cabin and hid in the bushes behind it, waiting for Olga to leave. Actually, I didn't have any particular reason to behave this way. But the voice within me kept telling me that I have nothing to do at the lineup. I think that's against TOS. I believe you. I think I'm like, I've moved my blanket, so it's just behind me now. So it's no longer around me. And I have drinks next to me. I have sparkling water and lemonade. So, I think I'll be good. I'm not feeling dizzy or anything, so... I put the cold can against my neck and it feels good. I think I'm good, though. I think I just need to cool off a bit. The air conditioning kicked on, so I should be fine. What has nothing to do with the lineup. After the camp leader left, I went back to the cabin and decided to wait for breakfast there. You're not gonna do anything? Well, I'm not planning on taking part in community life today. Cleaning and organizing, it's not what someone in my situation should be doing. It's absolutely something in your situation should be doing. Now, at least wait until after stream when you find my delightful new idea before you have a stroke. Fair enough, fair enough. 2 days have passed and I'm right where I started. All the residents seem to be perfectly ordinary people. They aren't involved in any conspiracy, weren't communicating with aliens, and had no idea about time warps. Did things happen when we were, off screen? I understand they're not involved in conspiracy or communicating with aliens, but, how do you know they don't have any idea about time warps? I argue Sharik and Electronic know a lot about time warps. Well, no, wait, this is the 19-somethings. When did Star Trek come out? And Stargate. And, I feel like Stargate came after. And also Star Wars. Hold on, I don't know, but, Of course, each of them is a bit particular, but those particularities do not seem out of line at all. Moreover, if I had met any of these pioneers in my familiar worlds, I would not suspect anything wrong. They seem to be even more normal and natural than, let's say, yours truly. You're the weird one. This line of reasoning is quite logic. The illogical part was the absence of answers. Ordinary people in an extraordinary place. I've heard and seen that already somewhere. Dozens of pioneers, or even more, live their familiar lives and do regular stuff day by day. They don't understand that the world around them is not what it looks like. Is this the Truman Show? Okay. But this is their point of view. As for me, I'm not acquainted with the... Okay, now we're good. World of the... Yep, camp and its residents. Even, isn't it owl camp? This word stands for owl, so owl camp and its residents. Even if they seem to behave the way normal people would under the circumstances. I've decided here and now. Are these people involved? Oh, I have to decide here and now. Are these people involved with what's happening to me? I don't think so. Can they give me any answers? I don't think so. Or do I have to seek the truth somewhere else? I believe that one. It seems I overdid it a bit with the thinking. There's no usual crowd of hungry pioneers near the canteen. Or even inside the canteen. Oh god. Every time I see the canteen now, I get scared. Especially when it's empty, because of Sal. Most of them probably had their breakfast before 9 a.m. That's even better. 2's company, 3's a crowd. Lena was sitting in the farthest corner of the canteen, lazily... He's broken a missed lineup again. He did! He missed the lineup. He said, fuck the lineup. I don't want to go to the lineup. Lazily picking with her fork at the amphibious... That's not word. It's not amphibious. Sorry. Amorphous? I don't know. Lump that vaguely resembled porridge. Well, at least someone's going outside. Right? At least he's outside. Having breakfast with her seems like a good idea. You can have a chat in peace. Or at least try to have one. I was on the way to her table when suddenly somebody grabbed me by the sleeve. Oh. None of these girls are the ones I want. Ziana, the librarian. Get your meal and come. We need to talk. Do we? There's one person I want to talk to. It's not you. What are you waiting for? I was a bit confused. Pardon, isn't this a bit too Sem? Rule of thumb, Sem, if somebody is telling you, get your stuff, come with me now, you do it. As stupid as it sounds. Also, you know her, so you especially do it. What's wrong? Get your meal and sit down. I suppose she considers her behavior completely normal. It is normal. Sorry, I promised Lena. Fine, wait a minute. Nah, fuck Lena. Fine, wait a minute. I'm not sure why, but I accept the invitation. Dino, didn't you say you haven't, gone anywhere with her? You can't get specific routes? Or, her... Does she even have a route? I don't know. Just be straight with people. Tell them what you... Right? Ziana's perfect at this. But I'm just gonna laugh if, the one person who's supposed to be our expert, in quotes, at this game, and I go down a complete route that they haven't even been on, is going to be hilarious. I hope that's not what's happening. I hope this is just a scripted sequence. I'd rather have point with her than Liana. What if I can learn something new? Specific scene that the game keeps teasing me exists, and it cannot access it between the 3 runs I've done. Ooh! I wonder if I'll be able to access it. I doubt it. But it'd be funny if I could. And also, because I stream it all, you can see how exactly to get it. Haha. What if I can learn something new? She's such a bookworm. A minute later, I was sitting in front of Ziana with the tray. Okay. I saw my phone change, and I was like, what? Because I have the stream up. That scared me for a second. Sitting in front of Ziana with a tray with simple meal on it. Porridge, 2 eggs, 4 pieces of white bread, a sausage, and a glass of compote. Oh, that sounds good, though. Bon appetit! Thanks. I tried to act politely as I could, and also eat more neatly, without chomping and spilling crumbs of food or drops of compote. So, what do you want to talk about? Today at the library. I wasn't listening from this point onwards. Sem! Hey, I wanted to talk about something to you. Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead. I'm here. Okay, so about the library and just you zone out entirely. Sem, she could be saying something important, Sem, and you're just over here like, huh? Crazy. Yeah, right? He did it. I'm adding that to the points. He's at 15 now. Since we started counting. Obviously, I'm not counting like the beginning sequences. This has just been from time I decided to start counting. I immediately recognize work 6 lowers. Nah, true. Recalled Olga words about the scheduled events for today. Don't forget. Oh, what? I said, don't forget to visit the library after lunch. What for? Were you even listening? No. Nope. At least he's honest about it. I admit it honestly. Sienna's face turned red, and then appeared green, and then took on a soft purple color. Oh, she mad. Today, after lunch, you, in the library. Got it, dunce? Dunce? What kind of curse is that? The one that doesn't involve you getting smacked, Sem. Though, a pioneer must never use a curse word. How could I forget this rule? Oh, yeah, sure, I apologize. Of course I'll be there. Actually, I wasn't planning to go anywhere, but if you want to make someone speak, you need to sacrifice a bit first. By the way, what year is it now? I totally lost count. I decided to play fair. She looked at me perplexed and answered, have you gone completely bananas? Honestly, that's how I felt for the last few days. Sienna didn't cry. So what year is it? I smiled kindly. Listen, why don't you visit the infirmary? Sienna! Will they tell me what year it is there? Oh, certainly. And even I don't want to visit the infirmary. Sienna! Sienna stood up and headed to the exit. Wait, you didn't finish your meal. But looks like she won't turn back. I was finishing chewing on the sausage, which tasted like a twisted pair of cable. I wonder if they have internet access here. I guess not. The pioneer sitting at the next table noticed me talking to myself and stared at me. I smiled and waved at him in return. After such a friendly greeting, he, for some reason, left the canteen quicker without finishing it's breakfast. I love that. So it's like, oh, it's a guy. Hey. And the guy's like, oh god, it's the weirdo kid. Run. Honestly, Sem, you deserve it for all you've done. You were just talking to yourself, Sem. Done with the food. It's time to search for some clues. Sometime later, I come. No. Across the infirmary. I have nothing to do in that place. Good. Though the nurse seemed. No. It's better to keep a distance from her. Such benevolence is actually scary. She may know something, but I hadn't the courage to enter the infirmary. Moreover, I had no reason to. Not a single one. Immersed in my own... I didn't notice the nurse. She was standing on the porch. I like your eyes, and that is the only part of you I like currently. Hi there, Pioneer. No. Is there an option to run the other way? Let me run the other way. You must be sick. Did you come here for medicine? No, I was just wandering around. Oh, a truant, I see. But if you're here, I have a serious task for you. I give her a look of inquiry. The word task made me feel uneasy. It sounded like something inevitable. The nurse smiled spitefully. You both will help me make an inventory of supplied medicine which arrived today. Both? Who are we? Perhaps I misheard. But what word could be confused with both? At least Liana's. Damn it. I just rejected this girl. Hi. Liana emerged from behind the nurse's back. It seems strange I hadn't noticed her until now. Come here after dinner. I've explained everything to Leanna, and she'll tell you what to do. Medicine, huh? Supplied today? But Olga told me no bus would arrive for the next couple of days. So, there were visitors at our camp today? Yes, they arrived from the city this morning. Why are you asking? Just curious. Alright then, Pioneer. So tonight, after dinner, you'll be here. Lena was barely noticeable this whole time. Surely she'll be able to remain invisible like a skilled ninja. Oh. I could do it on my own. No way, there's a lot of boxes. And a Pioneer is always ready. Isn't that so, Pioneer? She gazed at me and smiled menacingly. I didn't want to spend the whole evening doing something like this, and I've also got more important things to do. But rejecting this request would seem improper. If it wasn't Leanna, right? Whatever. I would definitely think my way out. I was gonna say, if it's an absolutely forced sequence, at least she's there. I feel a little bit better with her there. However, since it's not a scripted sequence, and I can absolutely refuse, fuck you, nope. Look, I understand the appeal, but I'm also uncomfortable with her after that first run-in. Maybe I shouldn't have lied to her. Oh no. I should think before I say something. Oh really? And what exactly are you going to be helping her with? It was turning bad, but I stand my ground. Her cabin. She asked me to dean it up, sort out things, and so on. Bet you know what a mess the cabin is. Sure, she asked you to tidy up her closet too. The nurse looked at me so intensely that Napoleon's fiasco at the Battle of Water checked something you will inevitably find out stuff before me, as I have only gotten 3 of the endings. The game either has 13 or 14, depending on you count the bonus epilogue that isn't accessible in game. Oh, yeah, and I definitely will, because I plan on doing everyone's routes, because I have a whole list thing. So cool. Good to have you along. You get to see new things, Dinah. Welcome. Is it wrong that I feel uncomfortable with the nurse? Am I, like, overthinking this? I don't know why. She just makes me so uncomfortable. Please don't. Let me escape. Let me not do this for the nurse. I don't... No. Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you. She's giving such red flags. The Battle of Waterloo seemed now like a small... Oh, thank God. That makes me feel a little bit better. That does. A small annoyance compared to my current flop. I was gonna say something, but she continued to speak. Okay then, Pioneer. We'll manage it without you. Oh, thank God. I apologize, but you see, I said and looked at Leanna. She's still looking at the ground before blushing more and more. It's alright. I'll manage it on my own. Okay then. An awkward silence followed. I wanted to sink into the ground because my lame lie had probably offended Lena. Well, goodbye then. Bye. I'm sorry, Leanna. I feel like I have to say yes if I was going down Leanna's route. But since I don't yet, let me feel good, okay? The nurse was still smiling spitefully. I turned and walked away, almost running. Though in fact I really wanted to run, common sense advised me not to. I came back to my senses when I reached the square. So what's next? I decided to visit my cabin in order to collect my phone. I don't know where I find myself today, but having a watch is always useful. Although having a wristwatch is much easier. Suddenly I heard a different tune, which was cutting through the usual noise of the camp. I listened to it carefully. Sounds like an electric guitar. Electronic? 3 repeating chords, no more. But the melody is still somehow warm, as if vacuum tube-based audio amplifier was used. Could there be such a luxury here? I think the idea of the nurse is to criticize on how says are fetishized, but that's from the perspective of someone who doesn't the full cultural context behind the game. Yeah, I don't have it either, and it would be interesting if the nurse was like that to criticize how they're fetishized, but also there's just lines that she has that just feel off. You know? Like, the whole her telling Sem to strip would have been fine, I think, and a good critique if it had ended with her signing his paper but going, but I need you to come back so I can finish my tests on you. Like something like that to signal to the player that it was not just her. You know? But also does Olga also let you clean her closet? It's like, oh. It's kind of how years are fetishized, and yet, oh. Yeah. I think there's a difference between actually critiquing something and saying it's a critique to get away with something. You know? It's like, yes, I made this character to critique on the fact that, yeah. I was gonna say something. Oh! Sorry, somehow this has reminded me of something I noticed. It feels like in a lot of, like, kids' cartoons and stuff, with, like, male protagonists, the, love interest will always be the daughter of someone big. Like, the mayor, the police chief, the president of this company, right? And also have colored hair or, like, blonde hair. And I'm like, is it just me who has noticed that? It feels like that's very common, and I don't know if it's just my imagination or if that's how it really is. Because it's just a strange little, you know? And I kind of understand part of it, because part of it, it's like, oh, so the love interest can get the protagonist things the protagonist wouldn't have because the protagonist is an average person. He has to have some way. Yeah, there you go. That might be it. Of like, yeah, of a princess. Modern times. Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It just feels a little overused in kids' media. But it's definitely not a bad thing. By the way, great electric guitar. I love the electric guitar just coming out. Anyway, back to Sem and running away from the nurse at high speeds. The sound was definitely coming from somewhere near the stage area. I wonder who it could be. Like, for better or for worse, the ideal romance in Western media is still the knight and the princess. True. I did learn a fun fact about, like, how, you know, Western movies with, like, cowboys and stuff? Of how, like, they're typical wooing all of the women and Best way I can explain white guys. Sorry, as stupid as it sounds. And the reality is that cowboys were people of color and homos. I just found that interesting because there was somebody who made like a whole history lesson, and I was like, oh, they're like, yeah, so this is like based on what we know and based on history and the information we have from that history, that is not at all what it was like. It was very much homos and people of color. I was like, that makes a lot more sense, actually. I just found that interesting. I mean, that was part of what, Saddle was critiquing, not the main thing, but part of it. Oh, I've never seen Blazing Saddle, so I will be excited to watch it if that is what it critiques. I felt something cold under my knee, and I was like, what? What is that? It was, it's the cord. It's my phone charger. I was like, oh, I didn't realize that was there. My bad. Move that before I break it by accident. Though granted, Blazing Saddles is a beautiful deconstruction of the wholesome Western in general, if you can stomach how definitely can't be made today, it is lol. Ah, okay. That makes sense, in a way. I love media literacy, you know? I love when things are trying to tell a story and being smart about it. And I love it for, like, all types of medias, you know? Like, games, movies, shows, books. They're all very intriguing to me. And it could be as simple as don't judge someone by their looks. And I'm still like, hey, it's interesting. I will say, because I was thinking like media literacy, morals, things like that. In anime, okay, like My Hero Academia is big, right? The thing is, I tried to get into My Hero Academia, but fangirls. The fangirls scared me off really, really quickly. Sad word media secrets like some uncomfortable topics in order to your message was feeling modern Western handle it uncomfy. Yeah. We talked about this before, but yeah. I'm sad. I want to know the more creepy and like the uncomfortable topics, and they're just like glossed over. Like, and also ones that have like media literacy in it are also being glossed over. Not just because it's uncomfortable, but because they get like put into this box of, but you couldn't possibly actually have something or substance to you. Like Poppy Playtime, okay? Its story has been consistent all the way to chapter 3. And I recognize Wikipedia. Oh, I also need to watch JoJo. That's been on the list. I can't stomach My Hero Academia. It's just way too long. The fangirls ruined it for me. But one thing that I always found interesting is the first season, or like the introduction type of thing, is All Might and Midoriya, right? Like, Midoriya goes to try and save Bakugo, and he doesn't fully able to do that. And Bakugo is hated upon. But one thing that always intrigued me is, like, Bakugo is this weird, like, people love him, people hate him, people feel sorry for him. But Midoriya is always seen as good. And I'm like, All Might's whole messaging is that anyone can be a hero, right? But that's bullshit. Because you have your protagonist who breaks that, like, whole anybody can be a hero immediately because you give him a quirk. Huh? And granted, it might be explained better later on, because again, I couldn't get into My Hero Academia. But that was just something I noticed that I was confused about, how people weren't calling that out. That Midoriya's whole motivation to be a hero, even though he was quirkless, is immediately gone, in a way, because he gets a quirk. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it'd be more impactful if Midoriya didn't have a quirk. Or gets a quirk for a bit and then realizes, I'm a hypocrite, or something like that, you know? But I don't know if that ever happens. I don't know if it's better explained as the series goes on, or what. But I just know that when I tried to get into My Hero Academia, that was something that just kind of grated my nerves a bit. And that could be 100% just be I'm a dumbass type of thing. I kind of want to do more things, like, too, because people call out Naruto doing the same thing now, but for a long time he was allowed to get away with breaking the theming of his show and people were cool with it. Yeah, Naruto's also on the list. I haven't watched Naruto either. But that's interesting. I do want to do more, like, little videos talking about, like, a piece of media I've watched and just my thoughts on it. Like, nothing scripted or looked too deep into, like, take it with a grain of salt, critique type of thing. 'Cause, like, I like looking into things, and I like pointing out things that are like, why though? And I love when I do that, though. People immediately jump on you like, oh, well, you're just a pessimist. You don't know how to enjoy media and just have fun with it. And I just kind of want to hit them back with, yeah, you know there's a cartoon on Netflix called Disenchantment? You know it's the stupidest shit? Like, its storyline makes no sense. There's 1,000 plot holes. There's, like, a lot that doesn't make sense in it. And you want to know? I enjoyed it so much. I loved it so much. But does that mean I will not pick into the show for its plot points and its screwed up messaging? Or not screwed up messaging, but, like, messed up storylines and things. No. This is how I enjoy media, and this is what I find fun. I need a trash can near my desk to put things. I almost drank my hair. I remember a conversation I had here early on where me and another guy out for being too negative and not going with the flow. And I just pointed out that as a writer, he should know the value of But how do I fix this? Exactly. People enjoy things differently, and I enjoy pointing out things, but there's also things where, like, you need to look back at it like, how could I fix this? And also knowing when to forgive things, but also when to call things out. It's just a little annoying. People get, like, so uppity that you're like, I didn't like this thing, and I want to fix it, so I wrote my own. They're like, how could you? Which is also such a weird thing to me. People getting mad that people fix things of a show when there's, like, dozens of alternate universe fan fictions and stuff of, like, dozens of shows. Like, what? Mom, for example, got annoyed with me because I've been doing research into Stargate, right? And I fully told her, I think the Ancient Ones, that's what they're called. The Ancient Ones are like a plot device more than an actual thing. That they're more used as, hey, we got the protagonist out of it though. And also, and Mom got mad at me for that. She was like, you just don't know. I'm like, based on what you've shown me and based on the episodes I've watched, this is the assumption I've made. Please, tell me what exactly the Ancient Ones are. And if you can tell me that, then I believe you that they maybe have an explanation. Well, they're gods, but they're not gods. Yeah, exactly. It boiled down to they exist. Like, that doesn't. What do you mean they're gods, but they're not gods? No, I don't accept that. It'd be different too if it, like, handled they're gods but not gods and, like, they have separate indications. They don't. They do not. Princess versus the Chad. Yeah. Chekhov's gun for sure. There's also, like, quite a few things. It's a Stargate that I was just like, okay, Mother, I know you like this, but I do very much and I'm comfortable with this, and so I'm going to skip over this part as it adds no other interest into the story. We good? We good. Okay. Also, I'm curious. I feel like it's gonna piss me off because they use Egyptian religion. Because there's Anubis and others. And I'm like, how much of this am I gonna get pissed off at as someone who knows quite a bit about Egyptian religion? Yeah, they sure do. Yeah. Boy, is it a pig? Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. I don't know if it's better or worse than the Greek mythology. Because, like, trust me, there are certain things, when there's scenes that are just in there for, like, no fucking reason. Really, though! It's not even like it had no reason. It's more just the... Ugh. So, one of the episodes that made me most uncomfortable was Jack... They were on a planet, and Jack ate some of the food, and Jack's, I don't know if you've seen Stargate. I don't know if you've seen Stargate. But Jack O'Neill is the protagonist, essentially, and his team is there, and his team is trying to figure out how to reverse the effects of the food he ate, because the food gave him the same lifespan as the people on the planet, and they lived for 1 day. Okay? Fine. That's fine. Jack gets along well with this woman, and that's fine. That's fine. Jack is an old man, and that woman is comforting him. And had they just... Okay. I don't know if I'd recommend it to you. It's very long, and it's got like several spin-off series, and the first movie doesn't even tie into the actual series, besides maybe the main protagonist and a few of their backstories. Everything else is practically changed. It's a mess. But the girl comforts him, and it would have been fine. It would have been fine if she had just comforted Jack, and that had been the end of the scene, right? No! They have Jack sleep with her. And I was like, that is an old man literally on the verge of dying. What? And it made me very uncomfortable. Not in the sense of, yeah. It made me so uncomfortable because it didn't need to be there. Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah, it was Jack. Cause they, I think he ate specific food. And like, okay, what also pissed me off about the whole thing was this woman who comforts and, Jack sleeps with, who... Right? It was so out of character and so out of place that it just, I didn't even understand why. Also, the other thing that pissed me off, this woman gave him the food that turned his lifespan into this. Like, she was the reason he was gonna die. And he's just like, oh, well, chill, I'm gonna sleep with her. Like, what the fuck, man? And my mom just excused it of, oh, well, you know, it was just a one-time thing. I don't care if it was a one-time thing, Mom. That's not the problem. There's, like, so much wrong here. He's on death's door. And that happens. Why? It's also so weird because it's like... I despise, with all my damn heart, will they, won't theys. Because, oh my gosh. They're never, like, there's very few that are done right. Person who's trying to kill you, right? And, like, the excuse is, oh, well, she didn't mean to do, she knew damn well what eating the food would do. I think if 3 other characters they could do that plot with, and they sense, but Jack, right? Like, if you're gonna do that plot, the one who's most likely to sleep with an alien, because they're fucking, what fucking alien, is, Daniel. Man, I love Daniel. Daniel's, like, my favorite character of that series. So much. I love Daniel. Also, I love how Daniel... Thank you. I headcanon Daniel as at least bisexual. The truth of the matter is, I do not think he cares about the gender. If they're an alien, he'll screw them. Does not matter. That's how I view Jack. I mean, not Jack. Daniel, sorry. But yes, I love Daniel. Daniel my favorite. But also the whole will they won't they with Sam and Jack, just the McClippers for science. Did you reflect any? Yes, he would, and I would applaud him for it. But Sam, okay. Before the Stargate people get mad at me, Sam and Jack are not a bad couple. I think they really work together. However, it is dragged out for so long, and we don't even get a resolution to it. Resolution to it. Like, at least if you're gonna drag it out that long, at least make them get together at the end of the series, and then they just don't. They're like, well, fuck that. And like, I'm gonna murder you. That's that's the end of this. I'm going to fucking murder you. That's what's gonna happen here. You can't do that to me. What's the other thing? Teal'c came to Earth, right? Okay. We love Teal'c. Teal'c's great. Like, Daniel and Teal'c are my favorite characters, but I think they were supposed to be Sam and Jack, because, you know, those two are, like, the protagonists, but I'm like, screw them. Daniel and Teal'c are my babies. But Teal'c, like, gets to be on Earth for whatever reason, I don't remember at this point, and he saves this girl from, like, her boyfriend, who's, like, super abusive, right? And she starts to lean on him, and they have it seem like she and Teal'c were gonna get together. But then Daniel comes along and is like, oh, Teal'c, we need you back. And then Teal'c leaves. But the show is like, oh, no, they would have been together if he didn't have to leave. And I'm like, I don't like that at all. Because one, it's Teal'c. Teal'c don't really do romance. Not in my eyes. Like, Teal'c's very much, this is the mission, and the mission is my ultimate priority. Anything else does not matter. And also glosses over, girl just got out of an abusive relationship. And you wanted to immediately pair her back up with the guy that saved her? No. It was things like that just for me. That's a bitch even without being idolized. Like, even more than that, she needs time to heal and, like, find herself. Because this was not just verbally. Like, dude was hitting her. So, and Teal'c stepped in and saved her. Like, give her time to heal. And, I would have liked a scene of him telling her, hey, you need time to yourself and time to figure out what you want and to heal. Has some bad tropes behind it. It does have bad tropes in it. And the thing is, if I tried to talk about this with my mom or anyone who, like, watched Stargate, that sounds mean. No, but anyone older who watched Stargate, you know, the immediate response I get is obviously going to be, that's just the time it was made in. 'Cause, you know, that excuses everything. Because obviously you're not allowed to critique media when it's made. Before. Like, what? What? Yeah, it's the whole, don't review it in today's standards. I'm reviewing it with morals. I'm sorry, today's standards are morals. Action drama who doesn't know how to handle romance plot lines despite feeling the need to have them. Honestly, due to the network mandates. I agree with that, yeah. If it stayed the action drama, it would have been a lot better, honestly. The romance plot lines just... Why? Why do that? I have watched a bit of Atlantis too. I haven't watched the full Atlantis, but I've watched a bit of Atlantis, and I can say I don't know how to feel about Rodney. He has a bit of issues. Mostly his inability to take no as an answer in the romance department. But other than that, not that bad of a character. And I forgot the other guys. Rodney is the only one I remember, which is kind of saying something. But yeah, please, it should have stayed an action drama. Something based on when it's made, but only to the extent it's important. Understand the cultural. Yes, that I agree with. The cultural context around when it was made is important. And obviously that's not how I'm judging it. I'm judging it with morals in mind. Like, hey, crazy that maybe this isn't really okay. Even in the time it was made in, that really isn't okay. I think, like, one thing people get mad about is the, Elvis. When people point out Priscilla, more importantly, Priscilla's age, people get mad because they're like, oh, but in that time, it was okay. And people looked into it and were like, okay, so based on what you're saying, let me look into things around that time to see if you're actually right. And they weren't. Because there was another rock star during the time, not rock star, but like musician during the time of Elvis who had married someone younger than him, very younger than him, who was shunned for it. Very much so. So it indeed was not the time. Not at all. Like, if a show has something bad in it, but all of its peers had the exact same bad thing, then critiquing the show specifically for it, yeah, wouldn't mean much. But if it's a comparable piece of media that does the thing better than the show being critiqued, you can use it as a point of comparison, which makes the critique. Yes, I agree with points like that, 100%. And I do that with, like, kids shows, right? Because there's some, like, really not great kids shows. And some people will be like, oh, but the time that kid show was made, in which quickly point out something like Avatar: The Last Airbender compared to the kid show that has no substance to it is better than just critiquing that show for just its points, you know? Compare and contrast. You learned that in what? 6th grade? I don't know. I had a cough. Anyway, this person could play guitar for a really long time. I wonder who that could be. Oh. Okay. Here's the thing. If it's Miku, I'm going to be mad. But if it's Alyssa, we good. I mean, Alyssa seems like the type that would play an electric guitar, at least based on her anger. But maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. Yawn. Save the game. I'm gonna go look. If it's Miku, I'm gonna be sad. Come stage here. Yes! Yes! I was right! Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself, man. I called it. Oh, thank goodness. Come here, stage area. Hi, best girl. The sight of Alyssa on the stage. Hell yeah! Best girl. Why is her hair more blonde in this? Her hair's more orange in her sprites. Girl was giving it her all. With her eyes closed, she placed one of her legs upon the speaker and was swaying her body with the rhythm of the music. I couldn't recognize the melody, but I was pretty sure I'd heard it before. Probably something from Soviet rock. Because music videos CG. True. I could have named a dozen bands in this genre right off the bat, but I was hardly an expert. The song seemed very simple, literally just a 3-chord progression. It's a good song. Probably even I could have played it, given some time to practice. I wonder where Alyssa got her playing skills. In the USSR, such music had never been nationally acclaimed. The future rock star wasn't taking any notice of me. You don't need to, best girl. It looked like... What is the angle? We're not going to look at the angle, okay? We're going to look... Here's the line, and you look above. That's it, okay? It was like she was trying to become one with the music, to resound in every note, in every bar, in every triplet. Rock heroes of the 80s instantly came to mind. Many of them were devoted to music in a similar way. If she got dressed in something more suitable for that period's fashion instead of a pioneer uniform, no one would notice the difference. Her performance was coming to an end. Picking out the last couple of chords, Alyssa finally noticed me. Best girl! I think it's a really cool action shot versus... Yes, very cool action shot. I think Weevil was more pointing out a certain part that was visible. It is a cool action shot though. 100% agree. I did like that shot. That was cool. Best girl, what's up? But yeah, see, her hair is definitely more orange. Did you like it? 100%. She doesn't seem as surprised as I would have expected. Yeah, that was cool. As if you could do any better. Smile at Alyssa shyly. Hi. I'm not saying that I can do it better. I'm not a pro in music. No doubt. Yep. Unless I forgot that was visible there. With the scene conveying power more than... That's fair. That's fair. Me and Dino were like, oh, it's such a cool scene, and ignoring the blatant being a part of it. Oh, wait, hold on. Yep, I didn't know what to tell her next and was heading on my way. It was a good shot, aside from something. Well, yeah. Great shot, besides that. Wait a minute. What? I heard about the evening dance party. Oh, we're going to the dance party. Fuck this. Miku's introduction where it's just like, haha, strip paint is a joke Miku is usually associated with. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, we saw that and we were just like, please make him stand up at this point. Evening dance party. I thought it was a ball. A ball, dance party. What's the difference? Sim, I swear to fuck, we are going to that ball. I do not care if you're like, but it does have anything to do with the investigation. Fuck that. We're going for best girl. She frowned. Yes, I did. And so what? Are you going to go? After throwing these words, she turned away. I'm not sure. Are you? And you? What am I gonna do there? Watch a herd of morons? There's some truth to Alyssa's words, but this open disrespect surprised me. Yeah, that's the one I was worried about. Yeah, I figured that was the one, because you mentioned it was during the introduction. And that was her introduction. I was like, well, okay. There you go. It was clear that it's not the idea of a ball that she hates. Sem, I swear to God, this is the one time we're telling you not to go outside, right? Sem, the one time, please, man. But why? What do you mean by why? Well, why don't you want to come? A dance party is ought to be fun. Do you really think so? Annoyance flashed in her voice. I don't know. But I thought you would. Never liked them. That's a lie. She interrupted me. There's absolutely nothing to do at such parties. I see. So what's your plan then? I asked to keep the conversation going. I'll just carry on practicing. What are you practicing? The song, dumbass. You even heard it. Oh, she's scary face. No. I had a bad thought that went through my brain. That was a bad thought. Smack myself for that thought. I swear the thought wasn't that. Do I? Okay, you can't bully me. You've bullied me enough for the last 2 days, okay? I saw her teeth and how sharp they are, and my first thought was she could bite me. I'm going to be hiding in the corner if anyone needs me. Right? Thank you. Okay, I'm good. I thought you guys would immediately bully me for that thought. Okay. Alyssa had gone totally mad. A few more wrong questions and I will have to run for my life. Shut up. Oh no, with Alyssa, it's just gonna be me all over. It really is, though. Remember how you guys were like, what's your like act? She was my first route. She was my first route. Congrats. You guys were asking like, Sky, what's your actual type? Apparently just girls who could kill me. Just absolutely could kill me. Apparently that's my type. Don't even. We have no idea what my type in boys is yet, so I suppose we'll find that out later. Who wrote that song? I did. Oh, you did? That's so cool. So you wrote it by yourself? By myself. Cool. An awkward silence hung in the air. Let me kick Sem. Okay then. Based. Thank you. Don't you want to listen? Oh, I heard myself squeal and I was like, oh god, no. It's back. It's back. Didn't I just hear it? Sem! That's not what I meant. She pouted. The whole song. It's just a jam for now. Oh. Come on. Do it then. Not right now. Don't do it then. I feel uncertain for watching me smack him. Sam, if you ruin this for me, I swear to God. You mean you don't want me to play? Seems like you frustrated me! I got ready for her to smash the guitar on my forehead or something worse. But there was only an upset expression on Alyssa's face. I want to, I told you. I'm adding this. I'm adding it. You're at 16, Sam. Come here tonight, and then we're doing this. I was like, okay, so we have like a bunch of things that we could do, and we could do like Henya's thing, and I was like, oh well, we could go do Xana's thing just to see what that's all about. No, we're doing this. There is no other thing. This is it. This is what we do. For me? Oh wait, she said for us? Come here tonight then, and I'll play it for you. Yay! For me? How cute. Tonight is the dance party. Fuck the dance party! You said that you wouldn't go. I didn't say that. Yes, you did! Frankly speaking, I didn't want to go. But messing around the Divachi was no good either. Olga won't like it. Screw her! I'm mad at Sem, but also hi. Said Alyssa, getting steamed up. There was no other option. Between shame at the dance party and... Oh yeah, that's her last name. Alyssa's mad guitar skills, I'd rather pick the latter. Good boy. Oh. Hi. She smiled strangely. Yeah. I'm like, I will be your good boy. I was wondering if the decision I made is absolutely the right one. There is no question. When I was suddenly interrupted by a ringing calling pioneers for lunch. Okay, let's go eat. I looked towards the canteen. I suppose it's time to go. Hunger is a sharp thorn. I turned around, intent of calling Alyssa to come along. The first time Sim actually had a good thought, right? Come along. But she looked so cheerless and down. Oh. Every musician should know when it's time to leave. I grumbled under my breath. Who is marching forward in a row? It's our pioneer squad. Pioneers in a row usually march to the current canteen in the owl camp. I was looking for a place where no one would disturb me, like what happened before, so I can eat in peace. And for that, I have to at least not be the last one to come. But I'm pretty sure whatever happens here happens, whether I want it to or not. The canteen was crammed as full as an egg. Olga was standing at the entrance, guarding it like a hawk. Well, Sam, were you working hard today? Oh, absolutely! He did something good for once. Hard enough. Well done. Truly well done. The hardest is yet to come. I just bet. Fine. Take a seat next to the girls. The girls? She pointed at the table next to the pillar. Salve, Yana, and oh no! I don't want to be by the child. We're already sitting there. Not bad company. Salve is scary as hell. Yana is horrible. She's a little gremlin. And Lena's fine. She's just Lena. At least not the worst. I got my meal and went up to them. Do you mind if I sit here? I don't want to be here. I caught myself sounding a little bit clueless. There was no other free places anyway. No, of course not. Please do. Lena remained silent. Today, the meal consisted of a plate of borscht. I suspected there was some meat lurking in it, but I had no evidence. Some poultry, chances are... Yana, why are you allowed to be out of this game? Right? Alyssa's, like, introduction outfit. I want it back. Can we have it back? It wasn't that bad. I loved it. Made her look, yeah. Why is Yana just allowed to just be free? Meh. With fried potatoes and a traditional glass of compote. I found myself liking the local food more and more. I guess I came to the conclusion... Simp, shut up. Hey, this is better than it was with V, right? Because V just, like... I had no time to breathe in between V. Which means that there's no use in complaining. Thank God there's something to eat. Coming to the ball tonight? No. I don't know. Sem. The answer is no. There was no game, just muscle mommy. Yes! Yes. Very, very much so. Very, very much so. Although I had already had my arrangement with... We're committing to that. I refuse to have any others but that. He'll come. He got nowhere to go. Yana said happily. V. V-E-E. She was a character in Alice in Wonderland. A game that we played. Alice Reverie. Yeah. And, she was my favorite. Alice was a fucking dumbass. I can't tell if she's better or worse than Sem currently. But V was awesome. V was... You will come for sure. Uh-huh. Of course. I can't miss the opportunity to watch you make a fool of yourself. Oh, great. I'm not going to be there, child. The one time I give Yana a head pat is just to be sarcastic. She got it right, so I decided not to reply. And what about you? I asked Lena. Yes, she replied briefly. See, Alice was very openly had rocks in her head. Sam's problem is that he actually tries to think. Yeah, instead of just embracing the head empty motive, motto that Alice had. Sam's just like, I have thoughts. No, you don't. If you had thoughts, you would have stayed with Alyssa. See, you should go then. I will not. I will especially not with you telling me, said Salve, as if leaving me no choice. Don't forget to wear your tailcoat. Apparently, Yana was so pleased with her joke that she laughed out loud. But really, I had nothing to wear. My wardrobe was just the pioneer uniform and my winter clothes, which would be even more inappropriate in the evening. And what will you be dressed in, entertainer? Secret. I don't care. Will it be a little dress, just like a kindergarten's mantee? Think I said that right. Yana turned red. Looks like I offended her. Good! Punt the child! No, I will wear a biohazard suit, just so I don't catch an infection from you. I wonder what kind of infection you are afraid of catching from me. Enough, you guys. Don't quarrel. Idiocy, of course. Looks like Yana was highly pleased with herself. As she thought, brilliant answer again. Sam, you're not doing that great either. Can't teens, headed to bed, starting to fade out. Okay, bye. I guess you'll have to watch the VOD when it comes out so you can see Alyssa if we get there. So after this, we'll say goodnight. As she thought, brilliant answer again. If I already have the flu, you can't catch a cold. Two can play at that game. What are you implying? No, nothing. Nothing at all. I looked away shyly. Do you mean that? I think I'm seeing her earlier than that. Oh no. She went red again. I don't mean anything. Guys, given that it was Lena who interfered, it probably really was time to stop. You're asking for it. You're gonna get it. What? You'll finally wise up? Instead of replying, Yana grabbed her plate filled with food and tipped it over my head. This game meant an unexpected finale. Oh, you little. She jumped up and tried to run away. Ah. But this time she won't get away. I grabbed her hand. What now? I can't smash her head against the table. Why not? Do it! This pantomime lasted a few seconds. Suddenly, Yana skillfully grabbed a glass full of comfit and splashed it in my face. The way she managed to get free of my grip. Smash the child! Smash the child! She dashed off towards the counter and I chased her. This resulted in several flip tables, a pile of smashed tableware, 5 pioneers crippled with various injuries, and full exhaustion from both parties. A draw, sort of. A belligerent draw. With too much belligerence. We stood before each other and breathed heavily. I'm pretty sure Olga is going to be pissed off at both of you. Tell me you won't behave this way again. Bullshit. And you? Olga snuck up on us from behind. What do you think about it? Such a riot couldn't go unnoticed, told you. Well, are you satisfied with yourselves now? Her voice appeared calm, but I was sure she was just about to explode. And who's going to clean up all this mess? Exactly what happened. Who? I'm asking you who? Him. Yana, replied Yana with complete confidence. Her, I objected less confidently. Both. The camp leader brought a conclusive end to this ongoing argument. Generally, I wasn't sure that my share of the blame is more than hers. Although Yana didn't have a drop of guilt on her face. Beat it. I'm not cleaning. Ain't nobody got time for that. It's his fault. He started it first. No, it isn't. Oh, yes, it is. I'm not going to sort out all that nonsense. Sam, go grab a mop, a bucket, some cloths, you know, that kind of stuff in the closet. And as for you, she looked at Yana with such a burning gaze that I felt a bit sorry for Don't feel sorry for the child. You. Start to pick up the broken tableware immediately. Olga took a deep breath and continued. You're nothing but trouble. How many times have I told you? I decided to skip the lecture and went to the closet that appeared to be near the exit. Suddenly, the perfect idea flashed in my head. Why don't I just run away? Sure, Olga had caught us already, but I'm not the one to blame. Of course, I'm not that true pioneer she keeps talking about, but in comparison of Yana, anyway, she's the principal culprit. It's not like I have anything better to do than cleaning up the mess here. I have to seek answers. The truth is out there somewhere, somehow, flashed in my mind. I feel like this is gonna be a moment of Yana route. So, no. The solution came out of thin air. While Olga was scolding Yana, I snuck out the exit and thank goodness it was nearby. I said, fuck all that. Slipping outside, I hesitated for a few moments before running into electronic. He looks like he was working till late at the club. Where's the fire? Fire? My shuttle is leaving in 10 minutes. What? Hey, wait! See ya. Electronic's words hung in the air behind me. I ran off towards the square. It's definitely not the best place to hide. Indeed, in a state of stress or fatigue, I frequently start talking to myself. I'm not really talking, but rather mumbling under my breath. It helps me concentrate and find the right solution quickly. Okay, where to next? Where should I go? The best place would be the one with the least amount of people. Consequently, my way lies in the woods. Ooh, pretty! It's so gorgeous! Oh, wait, Dino's leaving because of canteen and I left. Good night, Dino. I hope you're still here so I can say good night and sleep well. My bad. Half a minute later, I was already relaxing, sitting on a stump near the forest trail. It was one hell of a getaway. I hope that'll teach Yana to behave. Indeed, she's not a child anymore. Yep. Well, sad but true. Not a child anymore. Okay, yeah. Now a thought crossed my mind. I might have sort of mishandled the whole situation. A fair share of broken tableware is because of me. Moreover, one might mention that I didn't have to engage in that mess at the beginning. It got me thinking. Oh. Fuck. How's the weather? Salve stood right before me. How did she manage to sneak up unnoticed? This makes me scared of her more. Thank goodness it's not Olga. Fine. Those were the only words I managed to squeeze out of myself. I thought I'd find you here. Why? I'm not sure, it's just... She looked up at the sky. There are fewer people around here. Does Salve really think I have some sort of social phobia? You do! On second thoughts, she may actually has a good reason to think so. Thank you. And what are you doing here? Let's check something. Oh well. Thing I was trying to check just decided no, I'm not going to load up because I'm gonna be mean to you, human. Okay. Social phobia is the word. Fair enough, you're right. What are you doing here? Looking for you. Don't. She smiled again, but this time her smile looked a bit different. A little friendlier, I guess. No. Me? Why? Can't you guess? I braced and prepared for a harsh lecture. I understand that you're guilty to a lesser degree than Yana. Now the camp's leader's assistant is defending me. I feel even more pathetic. Damn, get serious. We're not playing bad cop, good cop here. But if I grant that you aren't going to help her, you could at least help me. I'm not. Saying that, Salve looked up at the sky yet again. I wonder what she's looking up there for. And what do I need to do? We have to reorganize the books in the library. It's way better than the disciplinary enslavement together with Yana. And anyway, it's an offer I can't refuse. It is an offer you can't refuse. I'm at your service, mademoiselle, or madam. She laughed. Then follow me, monsieur. No! A couple minutes we were in the library. All the way I kept looking around in fear of meeting Olga. It seemed like Salve didn't notice my anxiety. And still, it was quite odd she hadn't scolded me. Well, if we were going to continue our analogy, Salve is definitely the good cop. When we went inside, gleaming sunlight streamed through the windows of the library, with a myriad of dust particles dancing in the beams. This is the special library dust that with that distinctive smell that you can never confuse with anything else. These microscopic pieces of more-bound collected works of Marxium, and then he isn't classics. There was a lot of big words there, my guy. That's interesting. Does the dust near the fiction shelf smell similar to the dust near the books on physics and chemistry? You start with these rows. Salve pointed to the bookshelf near that guy's sculpted head. Okay, but what exactly do I have to do? Just remove the books from the shelves and put them on the floor. You're avoiding as many yes, that is my plan. Is avoid everyone if they aren't Alyssa. That's it. Alyssa, best girl. We don't need anyone else. Alyssa will take care of us. We'll dust them and then put them back. By looking at this dust, reading is hardly the pioneer's favorite activity. Really? At a summer camp? Huh. Any idea where Zinnia might be? Don't know. She probably went somewhere. Strange. It appears that there are 2 places in the world where one can meet Zinnia. The library and the canteen. And the square. I got into gear. I guess I've never handled so many books at one time in my entire life. Anyway, I'm much more used to reading from a computer's screen or a tablet. Firstly, there's no need to pay for electronic books. Secondly, you can't find everything in printed form. This is just how yeah. Welcome to Sky's playing of dating sims. I avoid every other character if they are not the one that I am actively pursuing. That is indeed how I play it. And I try to choose options that appease what I think would appease the characters. But it is interesting to play games where you can't appease the characters. Where you think the answer would be is not. Oh, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'd have a lot more problems if that was it. No. It's just how I do it in games and stuff. Firstly, there is no need to pay for electronic books, and secondly, yep. How's it going? Asked Salve, standing behind the bookshelves. It's okay, it's going little by little. Have you read anything about that? Doing it like that would be a horrible day. Oh, very much so. That relationship would not last. Not at all. That's even if you get the relationship. Most likely, if you try to apply that tactic to real life, you're going to be called a stalker. I hate to break it to you. I play a stalker in all my dating sims. Yeah, just don't do that. In dating sims, it works because, point system things. But outside of that, don't do that. Am I wrong, though? If you avoid everyone in real life and focus solely on one person, do not. I'm trying to open my gummy worms and they won't want to open. You're not wrong. I swear, sorry. Yep. Oh, I got it. Thank you. Gummy worms. About what? Well, about communism. Okay. I realized I chilled off there, but I was like, I had a way I was going to say it in my brain, and I was like, wait, am I actually saying it correctly, or am I fucking up here? And that's why I trailed off. I said it right. Nah, I'm more interested in historical books and adventures. Me too. Well, historical literature wasn't exactly my favorite, but the class struggle under socialism was no match for it. Hey, don't hold a grudge against Yana. Oh. I will forever hold a grudge. Well, yeah, it's It's a Russian-based game. 1. A Russian-based game in which you're in the past. 2. So, this kind of makes sense, you know? That's why I haven't really brought attention to it, you know? But I am absolutely holding Rage Against her. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I don't... Indeed, I felt I had ego. I felt that my... had ego. But also, you can tell... I'm playing the English translation, and, there might be some flubs here and there. Sorry. I was trying to avoid the mic so you couldn't hear it, but I might have failed that. My bad. My gummy worms are very yummy. I just need to eat a few so you had energy. You fall asleep. I felt my ego had mostly recovered from the incident at the canteen. Besides, I managed to cleanse myself of lunch leftovers in the A4's lake. It's not like she's doing all that out of spite. Oh, really? So she's naturally that punt the child. Out of spite or not, one should think through one's own actions. Whatever. I kept moving around dozens of books written by people totally unknown to me. I'm going to forget who they are in a minute, and I'll never get to know what they were writing about. This is the doom of many writers, to become a forsaken set of letters in a hard cover on a bookshelf in a library of a non-existent pioneer's camp's reality. Ah, yes. All writers. That's what happens if you don't become a famous writer. Your book gets put into a bookshelf in a non-existent pioneer's camp. Yep. It was just like oddly specific. Have you finished? Yeah, I think so. Me too. Okay, let's do it this way. I'll wipe them down and you can put them back on the shelves. But I don't remember what order they were placed in before. It's okay. Nobody reads them anyway. She looks like she has a smile for every occasion. A couple of times I noticed slight differences, shades of emotions in that smile. Joy, happiness, sadness. But those shades were evanescent? I wasn't sure if I was not sure that I'm not imagining things. This time her smile looked a little flirty. No! I refuse. This girl's too positive. Yeah, she's like, at the current moment, feels the definition of toxic positivity. Just slightly. She scares me too much as well. Like, every time I'm just waiting for her to just have a sprite that looks into my eyes, you know? Like, no. Or at least I wouldn't be reading this stuff. Sylvia was wiping the covers with a damp cloth, and I was putting the books back on the shelves. We were a good team. Our job was almost done. Oh, good. If you're sad around her, she'd hit you with the just be happy. Oh, yeah, she would. You have depression? Just be happy. You can't physically make yourself move right now because you're so underwhelmed and overstimulated. Just be happy. No. I refuse. Why didn't you take anything from the upper shelves? Upper shelves? I looked up. Sorry, I hadn't noticed. Hey, I didn't notice there were shelves. My bad. Just feel better. Damn, why didn't I think of right? Hello, people. You have social anxiety? Just talk to someone. Genius. Wow, why? I don't know how I didn't think of that. It's a miracle. I'm cured. /J. It's alright. Wait a moment. I'll bring the chair. Even with my rather considerable stature, I wouldn't be able to get them. I sit on the chair and proceed to remove the books on the shelves and pass them to Salve. After a while, there were only about a dozen books left at the furthest end of the shelf. It looked to me that it would be hard to reach that far. I've always been the type to take a large bite rather than biting twice. And that taking that bite without moving the chair under me became a fatal error. Oh, fuck. No damn it. I was like, no cutscene. And we got a cutscene. Opening my eyes, I find myself on top of Sam, this is not the girl we want. And also, this is not the position we want. I hate to break that part to you as well. Salve. Are you alive? I'm sorry I fell on you. Are you alive? I got the fright of my life. Even if I'm only 17 now, falling off a chair onto a girl is something else. I'm fine. Her face was only an inch away. Get off, Sam. Anything broken? Get off, Sam. I don't think so. You'd make a rather bad stuntman. She laughed. You bet. I looked into her eyes. Just looked. I wasn't sure what to say, and Salve either hesitated to or just let me take the lead. At this rate, something might happen. Her lips were so close to mine. Get off! The natural desire started to awaken my body, but was it right? No! I had the urge to stand up, but was unable to do so. Salve was just laying in silence, looking straight in my eye. Right? Like, my guy, you were on her way too long at this point. It's time to get up. Do not have a whole conversation while you are laying on top of her. There should be, are you okay? And then quickly getting off of her and helping her up and checking that she's okay. Not just, let me stay on top of you. No. I suppose we should take this, since this is probably the only time he's going to be on top. And with a girl. That felt mean, but also he deserves it. But I'm still adding that to the sim. It's like, so how was your day? Yeah. I'm still adding this to the Sam doesn't get out much counter. So I was just laying there, his eyes looked straight in my eyes. All of a sudden, I noticed the bell ringing on the edge of my hearing. It's dinner time. Get up then! Yeah. Shall we go? Or shall we lay here some? Sounds like I wonder why she hasn't moved. I have no idea. She smiled again, and this time her smile seemed foxy to me, as if she was hinting at something. Let's go. I didn't move an inch. Like, this would be fine if Salve was the one I was, like, trying to go after, right? Like, if Salve was the girl I was after, I'd be like, okay, fair enough, Sim, you know? Get close to the girl. You do you. But she's, in fact, not the girl I want. So, get off her, Sim. I mean, I still wouldn't want him on her this long. Jesus, Sim. Well, if we're gonna go, you need to get up first. Obviously. It felt like some invisible force held me in place. Salve seemed to recognize that and carefully slipped out from under me. Oh, thank God, Salve. Thank you, Salve. Thank God. Are you going to stay there? She laughed. At that point, I finally came to my senses and Hi, Deadlock. How you doing? I'm sorry. It's okay. But we haven't finished it all. We'll have to clean up the rest later. Yeah, sure. I'm not coming back after this. No. I stayed silent all the way to the canteen. Sal rumbled on about her life in the camp, but it was indeed a monologue. I wasn't paying much attention. Uh-oh. Coming to the canteen, I saw Olga on the porch. Don't you have some explaining to do, young man? I now remember what it was that I'd forgotten. Nope. How was your cleaning duty? Good enough. That's not what Yana told me. That was her fault. And what did I tell you? I ordered you to clean it up together. And what were you doing? I didn't know what to say, because deep down I knew she was right. Don't blame him. Sam was helping me at the library. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, that's great and stuff, but to cut a long story short, you won't get dinner tonight. What? How is that? Why? I protested. However, my protest did look like a demand for a refill at the prison mess hall. Bold and daring, but still stupid and counterproductive. Hopefully that will teach you a lesson. At that instant, Olga looked more like an ancient Rome ninja near whatever commander with a tiny pioneer camp leader. I had no idea how to oppose her. Forgive him and hold me responsible. The camp leader took her time to think it over. Alright, if you say so. Thanks. I'm still not helping you, Sal. Like, thank you for taking the blame. I'm not going with you. We hurried inside. Well, I'm going to join the girls. We had a prior arrangement. Take care. She smiled and waved for her goodbyes. Oh, thank good. Seriously, where would I be without her? At Alyssa's. There were no free places near Salve, and besides that, I still hadn't been introduced to her friends. It seems like I have to share a dinner table with Electronic and Shriek. I'm okay with these two. There were no... Shut up. I'm mispronouncing. I know, I can hear myself I can hear myself mispronounce them more because I'm getting tired. So... they're getting like more and more slurred together in a way. And I'm like, I'm not trying to do this, I swear. There were no more places to sit. What's happening, gentlemen? Every time I had to deal with them, I got an itching desire to tease them. I know the basics of pronunciation, I just suck, okay? Or at least drop some cheeky or cocky banter. It might be too risky to behave that way, but the Electronic brothers were my primary source of positive emotions. How are you doing? Fine, what about you? I pinned a girl down for several minutes. Oh, thank you. I'm being pat. What about you? Hit and misses. Did something happen? No. Lots of stuff. Mind sharing? Nah, some other time, maybe. Suit yourself. He made a helpless gesture. We're going to the ball after dinner. Oh, great, I'm not joining you. Electronic giggled. I know that. Who would you want to ask out? I haven't thought about it yet. What about you? It seemed that this question caught him off guard. Who do you like, Electronic? Ask Yana. That would make her happy. Saying that out of context makes it sound weird. What? Oh. Y'all tease me too much. I'm like, you're right, but also, at this point, is there anything I could do? Not really. No thanks. Good man. Good man. Electronic fiercely waved his hands. And you no! You gotta ask Alyssa out. No, he does not. Sure, do not listen to this dumbass. This dumbass doesn't know what he's saying. I want out of contact channel on the Discord so I can scope. Fine, I'll make it. Let me write it down. We might as well. It's the channel name can just be Sky Quotes. I'm just putting it out. Okay. Nappa does the same thing. Sure, you and him would get along swimmingly. Thanks, I'll pass. Smart man. He looked calmer than his mate. Oh, come on, guys. It'd be fun. It would not. My god, my idea would be amazing. Right? Everyone's... You know damn well the first few lines in that channel are going to be... I'd like to be an elf's pet. And in any case, we've got things to do. We still have to finish the robot. Oh, that's a marvelous idea. Ask your robot out. Can it dance? It can't even walk yet. Shriek. Honey. Oh, honey. Also, Sam, you're one to talk, mister. I'm married to my computer. Does that count? Because the counter is for, like, Sem doesn't get out much. And also other Sem being stupid. So I think this counts. So I'm adding it. Oh no, if I haven't made the first one as I've been doing. Oh yeah, no. oh no. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Shriek probably missed the point completely. Why? It would be a great demonstration of our achievements in front of the camp. Electronic also missed the point completely. And what would we show to them? Yeah, you're right. They both stared at their plates disappointingly. I'm glad dinner was uneventful. Dinner was over and the pioneers started to disperse. Okay. What will you wear for the ball? I asked Shriek and Electronic. We don't have anything special to wear. We'll go as we are. Code word for, we didn't make sprites with other uniforms. You don't have extra clothes. No. He indicated to his pioneer uniform. They don't seem to care about their appearance at all. Well, why should I care then? Wearing my winter clothes is an option, so I'll go just like that. We're not going to the ball, motherfucker. When does it start? After 9 o'clock. Got it. I left the canteen and deeply inhaled the fresh evening air. I remembered those rare dances I used to go to at school. Hesitation, insecurity, even fear. I don't care. I couldn't dance and I didn't know how to react if someone invited me. I wouldn't dare invite someone myself. All in all, I felt pretty uncomfortable. That's good, because we're not going. It was even more unpleasant to watch others have fun. It wasn't envy. More like a disconcerting feeling that people were able to enjoy something so odd for me. Sam, that is envy. It wasn't envy. I was just really jealous they were able to enjoy themselves. Sir, please look up the definition of envy. I thought there was still lots of time till the ball, so I could sleep a little to be fresh in the evening. Entering the camp leader's cabin, I flopped onto the bed instantly and shut my eyes good. Good. Strangely enough, I got up right on time even without an alarm. The clock was showing 9. Such a rare thing to happen. I felt sluggish though. It probably wasn't the best idea to sleep during the day after all. I'm going to see Alyssa! It wasn't envy. I was just envious, right? I'm adding that. Jesus. I'm going to see Alyssa! It's at the dance. So it's time then. A few minutes later, I pushed the stage. Maybe it was a bad idea accepting her offer. Shut up. Just talking to Alyssa means danger. On the other hand, I wasn't engaged to go dance. I accept the danger. What can I do there? I'd probably only disgrace myself. No, I'm better off listening to Alyssa play the guitar. Coming closer, I saw a person sitting on the edge of the stage with her legs dangling. So, you came after all. Hi. Alyssa put the guitar aside and jumped to the ground. There was even a trace of joy on her face for a moment. Playing for someone is surely more interesting than being alone. As you can see. What are we going to do? What do you mean what? I'm asking you. Well, you wanted... Suddenly, I got us an idea that this situation is one of her usual pranks, and I should have never expected to hear any guitar songs. I'm going to bet... Sam! Bye. Grab him! I turned around and waved a hand intentionally slowly. Hey! Alyssa grabbed my sleeve. What? Don't you want to listen? Listen to what? You yourself don't know what you're going to do. Of course I know! She took the guitar and hit the strings with a plectrum? Guitar pick? I'm assuming this is a guitar pick. A couple of times. Sit next to me. This girl! She's so pretty! Why is her hair always so much more yellow in the cutscenes? So I don't know either. Pronounce it however, right? I'm like, I'm pretty sure to talk about, like, yeah, given her what she's holding. A guitar pick, yeah. I didn't object, and in a moment I was sitting beside her. It's better this way. Miss the dance, leave now, and then what would I do? The role of a stranger is more suitable for a passive observer and not for the eager seeker of answers who I wanted to be so badly. So, I'll show you how to play this song now. Wait, I'm gonna save so I can have this. Have it. There we go. Just like that? Right away? What do you mean right away? I haven't held a guitar for a long time. You should probably guess how long it'd been since I'd held one. My skills were enough to make a cat laugh. It's not difficult. I threw an intense look at Alyssa. It distinctly seems to me now that she can't express her feelings. She could lose her strange self-control for a moment and I'd get to see a casual, even funny and friendly girl. And then, when her self-confidence and impudence turned back on, it was bitchiness as usual. I love her bitchiness. Shut up, Sem. And which is the real one? I do not care. I like both. Hey. What? Stop daydreaming. Oh, yeah. Sorry. So, are you watching? I am. What song is this? The one I played this morning, of course. Oh, okay, I'm listening. Alyssa made up her mind and started to play. It is a good song, though. I don't even know what it's from, or if it's original, or what. It's just a good song. That's it. Did you get everything? I may have understood it, but I probably won't be able to replicate it. How shall I put it? It's okay. Practice makes perfect. She was undoubtedly right on this point, but I had problems with practice all my life. Well, I took the guitar from Alyssa and tried to play the first chord. It was hard, as if my fingers were tied in knots and didn't want to be placed right away. Oh yeah, no, you have to push down some. Although it hurts, you suffer. You push down hard, and don't complain about the calluses next morning. And don't pick at them. I used to be better before, but now I wouldn't even be able to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Well, wait a moment. It looks like you won't be a rock hero. She laughed kindly. It might be better this way. I hissed, mainly trying to remember the order of the strings to press. Well, the guitar started to make devilish sounds resembling the groans of a wounded dinosaur. My left hand fingers constantly missed the right frets, and my right hand didn't strike in rhythm. Let's call that progressive rock. Progressive? Well, give it back. She took the guitar away and it sounded completely different in her hands. I felt embarrassed by my clumsiness for a moment. Alyssa's skill may not be on the level of professional guitarists, but nonetheless she played simple things like this with confidence. She must have had a lot of practice. Did you get it this time? She finished and offered the guitar to me. Well, I did better the second time, but it was still a long way from Alyssa's level. Or any decently adequate level. I was aware how totally worthless I was compared to her. It seemed so simple. Just play a song with 3 chords. The tune is too simple, though. I put the guitar aside. Alyssa was lost in thought for a moment. Even a preschool kid could play it better. Thanks. I tried. So I noticed. She might have been trying to demonstrate her evident superiority at playing the guitar. It's not like everyone can be a musician. Not really. Alyssa looked up at the sky. Though, you can't be one, that's for sure. Why's that? You should have heard yourself. I started to regret coming here. Well, don't mind me. Why does Alyssa need to do this? It's obvious that I'm a horrible guitarist. Obviously, but if I had some practice. So, will you practice? I don't know. Maybe I will. The guitar was the least of my problems, though. I'm stuck in a oh my god. Wow, I'm talking to a very cute girl and, having a great time on our lovely little date that's not a date. But let me forget all that and go back to being dramatic for a bit. I can't escape from. That's more important than a stupid argument with Alyssa. Suddenly I felt an annoying self-pity, apathy, and an urge to leave this place, to forget this evening. Those feelings left a nasty impression and a burning desire to do or say something stupid. As if it would change anything. Sam, you hurt her. I am going to smack you. What? Me learning to play the guitar. You surely couldn't. You'd strum the guitar for a couple days and give it up. Alyssa's words pierced my heart. You know what? Oh well. Should she know? Is that any concern of hers? To go to say yes. Yeah. For sure. For sure. Concern of hers? Am I reacting this way just because it's true, or that it's Alyssa who spoke the truth? You can't know how to do everything. Probably not. But you should be able to at least do something. So you're saying I can't do anything? How should I know? I know, I what? Should I tell her about my computer? Yes, girl who is from the past and has, plays guitar. Would you like to hear about my computer skills? And in fact, I married my computer where I'm from. Sam. My guy, this is why you're single, my guy. This is why. This is it. This is the... This is the reason. We're about the books I've read and the movies I've watched. Well, okay, that's a little bit better. Slightly. Ah, well, this is a pointless conversation. That goes without saying. You're only concerned with having fun. Is that wrong? And you do nothing but whine. She's not wrong. Forget it. I'm adding that. I jumped down from the stage and walked away from the concert area. Go then! I heard Alyssa yelling at me. I'm already going, I hissed. You're a dumbass, Sim. The path led me back to the square. There was salve in the center of it, sweeping the area. Oh, hi, Sim. Hi. I thought everyone was already asleep. No? What are you doing? Cleaning up after the ball. Why didn't you come? Because I didn't want to see you. And where have you been? Nowhere. I hadn't the slightest intention of telling Salve how I embarrassed myself on stage with a guitar in front of Alyssa while the whole camp was having fun at the square. I took a walk. Okay, but you should have come. It was fun. No. Glad you enjoyed yourself. I've been sweating like a pig today because of worries or just the hot night. Hey, do you know where I can have a bath? Certainly. Go straight, then a little bit to the left, by the path, then to the right, and there will be a bathhouse. Should I accompany you? No. No need. I'll find it myself. I totally didn't want to burden her more. Also, you freaking laid on her for several minutes. Just slightly. I walked along the forest path in the direction Salve had showed. My whole body was itching. How didn't I notice it before? And more importantly, what else hadn't I noticed? If things keep going like this, then I'll have to stay in this world forever. I shivered at the thought. Probably at the idea that I didn't feel any terror or even just fear. Just like it was the natural flow of things. Oh. I could see the bathhouse beyond the tree. Oh, this is so beautiful. And why do the pioneers have baths here? Olga said something about repairs to the showers, though. No reason to worry about it now. There was soap and clean towels, so I quickly washed myself, went inside, and breathed in a chest full of fresh night air. This is so wonderful that the physical cleanness brings spiritual cleanness. All of my problems, if not went away, then at least became less important. It's like the water washed away not only the dirt from my body, but also the anxiety from my mind. Suddenly, I started yawning, so I headed to the leader's cabin, rubbing my eyes. Best girl! I didn't even take a few steps before Alyssa jumped out from the bushes. You! What are you doing here? I was just washing myself. She came to her senses and spoke again. And? And what? How should I know? Then why do you speak if you don't know? All my peace of mind vanished for a moment. Only irritation and wariness began. Okay, well, if you don't mind. Wait. Now what? If back there you thought that, well, I didn't want to offend you or anything. It's okay. I'm not offended. I just can't play the guitar. Nothing special. A lot of people can't. I felt that there were obvious signs of irritation in my voice, but I couldn't do anything about it. I wanted to say everything to her face right there, right now. Exactly, you can't. Alyssa obviously restrained herself from laughing. Oh, I've already had enough of you. She totally drove me out of my wits at that moment. In another second, I would have started to yell at her, or worse. Wait, would you just leave me alone? Alyssa followed me but didn't try to stop me. I really didn't want to offend. Some invisible power made me turn around. Okay, can I go now? Yes, of course. In the moonlight, Alyssa looked very beautiful, with a brief guilty expression on her face. If only she could keep her mouth. Hey, shut up. What are you smirking at? Although, nothing. I just thought if you were if only you were a little bit more polite. Then what? I shouldn't say such things. People could get ideas depending on their intellectual abilities. Then nothing. Sam, you should finish what you started. Hello. I'm very tired and I'm going to sleep. Stop right there. Don't make me run away from you. As if you could. She may be right. I'm already exhausted from this day, and naturally I had no intentions of running after a bath. So what? What? If only I'd been more polite, then what? Try it, and you'll see. Why should I do anything for a fool like you? Then don't try. Why does it have to do with me? I sighed and dragged myself to the square. And what about you then? What? I replied without turning to her. Well, if I would, then you... I don't know what you're talking about. But let's think that I would if it's easier for you. Moron. Alyssa yelled at me and headed to the bathhouse. The square shined with the cleanness of a German road, which were washed with shampoo, or so people said. That's salve for you. And I just argued with Alyssa and nothing else. What for? As if it was really necessary, and her behavior and other... These scary Russian nicknames? How's the game? It's going good. It's going good. I'm probably gonna end stream actually soon because I am getting very tired. It is 3:25 a.m. for me right now, so bed will be soon. I just want to finish a little bit more before I head out. In any other situation, Shirley said that Alyssa likes me and just hides it behind her rudeness. We should start a new tally. He has eyes! He's figured it out. It's not important right now, though. Relationships, love, anything. Maybe she isn't even human. Sam. And what if she was human, and all this was happening in the real world? I drove those thoughts away and headed to the leader's cabin. Tiredness had overwhelmed me. It was like an invisible obstacle stopped me in front of the door. Olga certainly would like to know where I was and why I missed the dance. I'll get a full interrogation for sure. Counting the absence of Alyssa for the dance too, it went hard to guess that we skipped it together. On the other hand, should I even tell her that instead of going to the dance, Alyssa practiced playing guitar and I just went along with the flow? Nothing special, actually. Doesn't really matter why I left. So, at the same time, I thought that it could be better to keep silent. Well, I'll decide on the spot. I sighed and pulled the door handle. Hello? Olga was already waiting for me wearing a dress. So, Sam, where have you been? We're not telling on Best Girl. We are not telling on Best Girl. I was just walking around. Alone? Yes. Okay, that's not important. Why didn't you come to the ball? Well, frankly speaking, I don't like dancing. So what? That was a camp public event, which means every pioneer had to attend. She looked at me intently. You could just sit somewhere quietly. I'm sorry, I sighed. Okay, the leader softened. Go to bed quickly. The storm had passed. I tossed and turned but couldn't sleep. My head was full of thoughts of music, guitars, and Alyssa. I wonder, could I become a professional musician? No. Do I even want to be one? No. Why should I want to? It certainly would be pretty fun, but nothing else. Or is Alyssa the reason? She really is like an energy vampire, sucking all your juices. My eyes started to close and I fell asleep a moment after. And that is day 4. Day 4. So, wait, it's Friday, isn't it? Yeah. So I will do day 4 on the 17th. Stretch. Okay. I'm very tired. Very, very tired, as we can tell. So, thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful night or a wonderful day, wherever you are. Just whatever you're doing, hope it's good. Thank you for joining me, and goodbye. I will be back on the 17th. Bye, everyone. Good night.